Betty's got the vibe, bringing that sweet collide. Sean's spinning dials, making magic here. Broadcasting on a bus where the fun is clear. Rise and grind, let the morning show shine. 7 to 10, we're rocking the time. Tuesday to Friday, feel the beat align. Big Mama and Betty with a one-of-a-kind design. Hit snooze twice, but you're tuning in still. Catch the banter hot like a coffee refill. Sean's in the back with the radio glow. Power in the party on this bussin' show. Wheels on the road, laughter on the air. This crew keeps rolling like they just don't care. Big Mama got jokes, Betty got sass. Sweet morning energy, nothing's gonna surpass. Rise and grind, let the morning show shine.
How you feeling, Betty?
7 to 10,
Nice to see you.
we're rocking the time. Tuesday to Friday, feel the beat aligned. Big Mama and Betty with a one-of-a-kind design.
Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Thursday, May 1st, 2025. It's great to have you on the show with us today as we get started on this crazy day. Oh, no, I don't want this right here. There we go. Welcome to May. I feel like I just have to do this because it's May. Hold on. Turn this
It is
on.
May, isn't
It is. It's May 1st. Can you believe we're almost halfway through the year? It's crazy.
Right?
Goodbye to April, the month of May.
What an amazing month it is.
I've been looking forward to May for the past year.
It's a jolly merry month of May.
There you go. So now you know it's May, and we've got a lot of things that we're going to talk about today on the show. Country singer Tim McGraw, Mr. Faith Hill, by the way, is a May Day baby. He turns 58 today. Ray Parker Jr., who are you going to call? He's 71 today. And Sweet Blue Eyes of Judy Collins are now 86, just so you know. Good morning. Betty will be with us momentarily. She had to run to get Sean's test results. I'm just kidding. China makes shocking claim about COVID's origin after lab leak furor. Listen to this. Beijing has released a white paper accusing the U.S., not China, of being responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic. The report published by China's State Council Information Office suggests that the virus, which caused 1.2 million American deaths, over 7 million deaths globally, may have originated in the U.S. The statement appears to be a direct counter to the renewed claims from the Trump campaign, which has insisted that the virus leaked from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, a lab known for conducting coronavirus research. In a white paper, the Chinese officials criticized the U.S. for shifting blame rather than acknowledging its handling failures, arguing that the U.S. should be the focus of a thorough investigation into the virus's origin and be held accountable to the international community. It wasn't us, it was them.
No, yeah. They did it in our secret super facility.
This is this was a man-made epidemic that kicked off somewhere in September of the year before it actually hit. Just so you know, that's when it started, in September. I only know this because I think one of the patient zeros of the whole thing was Sarah. In September, we ended up in the hospital. I've never met a bunch of foreign people in my life. They had translators and now when you go to the emergency room, look, we've all been there. Now you go to the emergency room, no matter what, right? You go to the emergency room. And when you go to the emergency room, you go in, you check in, you sit down. Usually somebody who's like a low-level nurse comes in and does the vitals and everything, right? And
Right.
then you either get to see a nurse practitioner, sometimes a registered nurse, sometimes a doctor. Never know who you might see, right? You're going to see these different people, right? And then it's over, right? And you go home. And you see like maybe 3 people, right? Sarah goes in one time with this amazing, like, deep cough and sickness that she can't get rid of, and it came on COVID. And it's a real severe case. And the emergency room is packed, bro. Packed. Like I've never seen before. Like we're in the hallway. That's how many people are in the emergency room.
Right.
Right? And this is the September before the March of the breakout. Okay. And we're at the, and next thing you know, these doctors they're like, we're gonna bring somebody in from our infectious specialist, blah, 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 blah. And it's 2 doctors who don't speak English and they've got a translator with them. Well, what are you working here for? You don't speak English. Oh, you don't really work here.
They've got a cool machine now that translates for them. They just drag this machine around.
Really?
It's pretty cool, yeah.
And then next thing you know, they had 2 more doctors come in, and they didn't speak English. And I was like, "What's going on here? Can we get an English doctor? Somebody like, can we just give her?" And to me, you know what I'm thinking? Can we just give her a steroid and an antibiotic, and we'll
Right.
get the hell out of here, man? What
Be
are we
on our
waiting
way.
on? Like
We
we'll
don't
be
need
on
to
our way.
here no 3 hours.
Right? What are we doing here, man? She's got a cold. Give her the shot. Let's roll. And we were there for so long that they wanted to admit her, and then they were going to put her in a room, and then they sent her home and changed their mind last minute. And it was really weird. Like the whole process. I'll have
let's
Sarah
get
tell you
her
the
outta
story
here.
one day. But the pandemic that shut our world down in March was kicked off in September, I believe. But that's just my personal opinion, and it just got increasingly worse. Like any pandemic, like you release something into the wild that's bad for you, and it builds and builds and builds and builds. But I think it began in September.
Yeah.
Vance breaks the tie last night. Vice President J.D. Vance broke a 49-49 tie in the U.S. Senate to kill a bipartisan resolution to end President Trump's tariffs. 2 senators who would have voted for the resolution, Republican Mitch McConnell and Kentucky Democrat Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, were absent. Whitehouse was traveling to South Korea and McConnell was ill. Voting with all 46 Democrats were Republicans Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska and Rand Paul of Kentucky. The approved motion tabled the resolution. John Elway suffers loss when a friend dies from a golf cart fall. Former sports agent Jeff Spurbeck died after succumbing to a traumatic brain injury suffered when he fell from a golf cart driven by a former quarterback, John Elway. Spurbeck, 62, and Elway left a party at the Madison Club in La Quinta, California, when the former agent and friend of Elway's fell and hit his head on asphalt. A Riverside County coroner declared Spurbeck's death at 1:10 a.m. yesterday at a Desert Regional Medical Center in Palm Springs. Spurbeck was a resident of San Clemente, California, and suffered a head injury at 7:05 p.m. on Saturday. He was sitting in a golf cart passenger seat when he fell. He was on life support before dying. TMZ reports Spurbeck was kept on life support long enough to harvest his donated organs. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office is investigating the matter, but there's no indication of negligence by Elway. Spurbeck was Elway's agent during his 16-year pro career with the Denver Broncos. Do you think he was drunk and fell off? Were they horse playing? Like, what happened with this incident?
Who knows?
It-
One of the 3.
I'm going to tell you, this type of story scares me more than any other story in the world because I don't have that fear. We talked about it yesterday. Like, I'm out there on the ice on last Saturday. I went open skate and got on some hockey skates, went out there and skated with my kid.
It'll learn you quick. It doesn't take but a
Right.
second.
It only takes a second. Right. It only takes a second. He thought he was just having a good time with his buddy in a golf cart. Moments later,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah.
And not by somebody coming in and killing him, not by some crazy car accident. He fell out of the golf cart.
I think permanently crippled is more scary. And that's more likely to happen on the skates.
Man, I'm going. 4 dead in Pennsylvania. Severe weather hits from Texas. I'm going to be a great skater, just so everyone knows.
Are you going to be a great skater?
I'm going to be a great skater. 4 dead in Pennsylvania because I'll tell you why. One day I'm going to have to play a parents' game. And when that happens,
Shit.
I want to be great. 4 people are dead in Pennsylvania. Severe storms hammered much of the U.S. Tuesday night, and the severe weather threat continued yesterday. A long-lived destructive thunderstorm wind event traveled more than 500 miles from eastern Indiana through central Pennsylvania Tuesday afternoon. Wind gusts reached 80 miles per hour, so more than 60-mile-an-hour winds. A wide storm complex knocked out trees and power lines along its destructive path. 80 mile an hour, that's serious. We all know what that's like.
Yeah.
I have a vision of 0 storms this year.
I have a vision of that too.
I really do.
I'm ready for the break.
Like I have a vision of 0 storms coming this way.
It was very cold this winter, so it seems like
Right.
we should be lucky, but the news is not saying that. So much.
Right. Kuwait has released an additional 10 American detainees, bringing to nearly 24 the total number freed by the country in the past 2 months. Taken together, Kuwait pardons of 23 Americans since March, done as a goodwill gesture by the U.S. ally, amounted to the largest release of U.S. citizens by a single foreign country in years. The prisoners include military contractors, veterans held on drug charges, and other offenses by the small, oil-rich nation. One detainee said by supporters to have been coerced into signing a false confession and enduring physical violence and threats against his wife and daughter. 10 others were released on March 12th, weeks after the visit to Kuwait by Adam Boer, who is serving as Trump's administration envoy of hostage affairs. Yeah, I'm going to send this guy over there, and you're going to give me my... Hey,
Right.
I'm here because Trump sent me.
Yeah.
All right, you got some hostages, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Do you know what my boss does to people that hold American hostages?
Blows them up.
Right. All right, so you understand that. So we're going to go ahead and take them all
Starting
right
with
now.
their home.
Can you do me a favor and just
Right, yeah,
throw them in the
just go
bus?
ahead
The
and put
bus is
'em on a-
outside.
Just go ahead and put them in a car, make
All
this
right,
easy.
All right. Let's just
Make
make
this easy on yourself.
Right. You want to continue to be an ally, or you want to just? You're very small.
Or do you want to be in small pieces?
Right. You're very small.
You're gonna be
It won't
much
take
smaller,
much.
much
It won't
smaller
take
pieces.
much. You could be rich, but you'll be broke. You won't have anything to be rich with.
You spread across the whole area.
You are crossing the line of having too many. Do you know what that means?
Gonna be
1 or 2 we can forget about. We're not going to go track down old Steve that smoked some weed in your hotel like he shouldn't have. All right, you can keep Steve. All right, but you're up to like a dozen. We got to talk, guys. I put it up there, right there in the I wanted to wait on Betty, but I am impatient and I just can't do it. Now hiring eaters and drinkers. Now I kept thinking I could play games on like a radio station that always does, and play a game with $25 gift card coming out to Monarcas. And you may or may not come out for the Cinco de Mayo event that we are broadcasting live at this Cinco de Mayo, this May 5th, kicking off their. They kick off May like no others, and I'm talking about Monarcas right there on Del Prado. And what I want to do is get what I'm calling them broadcast amigos. All right, and what these are, I'm looking for people that are willing to join us on our broadcast sometime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. All right, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to come onto the bus. You're going to check in, right? I'm going to get you all hooked up, get you sent on your way, right? And then you're going to go inside. You're going to enjoy either a beverage or a food item. You're going to document it, right? Either by picture or video, right? And then you're going to come back on the bus when you're done and report to us about your experience.
I thought that was my job. I had plans of doing exactly
listen,
that.
I get it.
Repeatedly, all day
But
long.
but we're doing a 12-hour broadcast, Sean.
I'm pretty sure I can get 15 to 20 tacos down me.
I know, but
in 12
the
hours.
same review on every taco, Sean. I mean, this is
Yeah.
the way to do it. This
I mean, if
is
they're
the
all just
way.
excellent, it's hard to say a lot more than
This
that.
is the way. This is the way. So I've decided. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build. I'm going to put this on social. I'm going to have it everywhere today. But you're hearing it first right here on the show. And all you got to do is get on the list. And Jamie is first one on the list. So Jamie is already in. She's now hired. She is a broadcast amigo. We
That's what you're
need.
calling them broadcast amigos.
Yeah, you don't like that? I love
That's
that.
pretty good. It's
Right,
pretty good.
broadcast amigos. so you can be a part of a broadcast. The Broadcast Amigos. Orderly.
On Taco Day.
Right. On Taco Day. Right. It's not really
It's
taco. Right,
almost
right.
perfect.
Right. So it's the way we're doing it. If you want to be a part of this, you can always call us up 239-653-7625, 239-653-7625. Or you can just slide into a DM, let me know that you and two of your friends are coming. We want to get it all spread out. Let me know when you're coming between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And we're going to make it happen. I'm going to build a schedule. Like, you know what I'm saying here? I'm going to have a schedule. I'm doing this. Like, this is the way we do it. It doesn't cost them anything to do it. And I'm going to let them drink. There's not another employer out there be like, I want you to come and drink on the job. Like, that's what I'm saying. Come drink on the job. I mean, it's a solid deal. It's a solid deal. Everybody should do it. The way we do it. It doesn't cost. You know, I'm sitting there looking at something I just saw when you minimized it. But I'll get to it in a minute. But if you want to be a part of it, you can always call in or text us, or send us a DM at any one of our social medias, as our Broadcast Amigos list is officially open for the Monarcas Cinco de Mayo event. Shots, margaritas, they legitimately give away tequila shots all day long. Man, they'll have people walking around with trays. It's going to be a great time. It always is a massive event, and that's why I want to be a part of it. Come on out and see us. It's going to be great. Right? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if they're giving away tequila shots, you ain't gonna make it.
I'm not drinking tequila.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. I told you, cerveza all day only. Only. Man, I can't do it, bro. I'm never drinking tequila again. I'm never doing
that much
it.
tequila. If we're there for 12 hours, that much tequila would kill anybody.
Right, but we'll see. We'll see how much Betty can drink. China hosts world's first half marathon race between humans and robots. Who won?
A marathon between humans and robots.
Who won?
It depends on which robots.
Robots have raced against humans and half marathons for the first time. Some 21 humanoid robots raced alongside thousands of runners around the 13-mile course in Beijing, China on Saturday. Some of the robots that took part were as short as 3 foot 9 inches, while others were as tall as 5 foot 9 inches. They had to resemble humans and be able to walk or run. Wheels were not allowed. One robot fell at the starting line and lay on the ground for a few minutes before getting up and joining the race, while another crashed into a railing, causing the human operator to fall over. The winning robot was...
What's he doing, riding his back?
Tiangong Ultra, which crossed the finish line with a time of 2 hours and 40 minutes, while the men's winner of the race had a time of 1 hour and 2 minutes. So, human was faster.
Mm.
You know why they do that?
Just to be superior to robots. Too.
No, they got to make sure they can never be faster than us. Oh, dial it down. It's too fast.
Yeah.
They start getting faster than us.
That one looks pretty dang
Listen,
fast.
when they are faster than us and they can chase us down, we're in trouble.
I don't know if they will in human form, but they'll make other forms that are like maybe top half is human and bottom half is on wheels, and those.
What's that Will Smith movie?
Insane.
What's that Will Smith movie? Legend?
No, Legend was something else. iRobot.
iRobot.
They ain't gonna be a human figure though, and be faster.
What year did iRobot come out?
I don't know. Let's see.
That's not. That's not. Oh wait, go up. I just saw it. Oh no. Where'd it go? Release date 2004.
Yeah. No, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not.
Release date was
That
July
last
16th.
year. There's no way. It's been a few years.
2004. Not 24.
24. 2004. Yeah.
Yeah. What year did iPhone come out?
iPhone. It's been a while. iPhone came out.
Not before 2004.
$2007.
All right. Let's go to it. Let's go to my theory. You ready?
Okay.
My theory is what?
Will Smith made iPhones.
Movies tell the future.
Yeah, that's
because
been
there's
that for
a
long
time
You
traveler writing these movies.
Right, but you look at Captain Nemo. Captain Nemo was one of the
Well,
first
he
ones.
said
that
they made a
showed
movie in
it.
2004 about iRobot after the iPhone comes out, and iPhone is the key. The I is everything this year. Your iPad, we are at where I is everything. That's what
Captain
I'm trying.
Nemo had a movie about nuclear submarines 25 years before they came out,
Right.
or that we know about them coming out.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, we need to prepare ourselves for these artificial intelligent robots that want to fight us and kill us. That's crazy.
I think we need to make little mini EMP guns.
Right.
You just walk around with little mini
Right.
EMP
They're
blasters.
illegal though right now, so they'd have to figure out a way to make them legal.
Hey, once robots are attacking, everything's fair game.
Right, but then you gotta. Yes, you're hired. You heard it. I like you, Jamie. I'm glad you heard it. So here's the question I ask, and let me ask you this question. This is something you have to think about, Sean. If I'm allowed to protect myself from you invading my home with an AR-15,
Mm-hmm.
a 357 Magnum, hell, I could have a gun bigger than any one of those, right?
Right. That big flamethrower we see.
I could have a flamethrower at my house to burn you to pieces when you try to come in it. And I'll burn my house down too, but that's irrelevant. My question is, when can you defend yourself with an EMP gun against a robot?
Even sooner.
You should be able to now, right?
Yeah.
But aren't they illegal?
What, EMP guns?
EMPs.
Oh, I don't know about that. Let me see.
See if you can get an EMP. Right. Right. But normal person can't have an EMP.
I think you can.
I don't think you can. Just shut. Are small scale EMPs legal? Like, go back. There was a better one.
A better one?
Right there.
Okay.
No. They may not be used by one of those things that were not specific in law.
Isn't a specific law on it.
Right.
But the destruction they cause would be illegal. So if you're able to keep it contained to a smaller area, like, for instance,
I don't need to use it.
your property line.
No.
If I hit a button and just be like, my whole property line and everybody drops, and we're good.
Could do it twice.
Yeah, it depends on what you make. You can have multiple buttons.
But the EMP actually knocks out the EMP.
Yeah, but you can shield against the EMP too. You can be prepared.
Right. I love the EMP gun idea. Bro, it's a big deal. People are going to need it. They're going to need it.
Yeah.
This is something that's...
So there you go. There you go. You shield your whole house. You have 4 or 5 buttons, so you got 4 or 5 waves of EMP while the original one charges.
There you
just
go.
blast them.
You're
as
going
they
to
hit
have the FBI
property
coming
line.
into your house real soon.
So just in case everybody wants to know, we're testing this at Big Mama's house. At Big Mama's house. Everybody heard it here.
Right.
Testing at Big Mama's house.
Whatever.
EMP.
You say whatever you want, bro. Say whatever you want. You're the one with it on the surge, broadcasting it from your home.
I VPN
We already know that the broadcaster...
I VPN'd it into your computer.
Listen, we already
so
know
it's all
you're
good.
going to be responsible for the broadcast. It's at your house,
Right,
not me.
right.
All right? Woman tells boyfriend he can move in, but his cat can't. A woman on Reddit says there's her unofficially moved-in boyfriend who stays 6 nights a week but doesn't pay rent now, wants to bring his cat too. The cat, previously feral and mostly outdoor, has started living inside, but reportedly scratches furniture and isn't trained. The woman fears her small apartment will be wrecked and says there's barely space for a litter box. Although her boyfriend offered to pay the pet deposit, she's not convinced. Reddit commenters sided with her, saying if he can't house or care for his pet himself, he shouldn't be asking. Right. You've been there 6 days not paying rent? Get out of my house, you freeloading bitch.
So we can hook it up onto this.
Leighton didn't bring donuts? The hell's wrong with you?
If we can hook it up to this $616 flamethrower that you can get at Walmart, you got a 2-for gun.
Wow, that's cheap for a flamethrower.
Right.
I was looking at one at $1,600.
It probably came with the canisters too.
What is this? What do you what?
We're
what
gonna
are you
make
doing?
an EMP.
Don't worry
gun,
about what we're
yeah.
doing over here. Don't leave us alone again.
Right.
Oh
right.
my goodness!
idea.
Listen, give me an avocado, a snorkel, and pick.
What?
Trust me, I've made bongs with less. Let's roll.
Yeah.
What is going on? I walk in and there's a freaking arm like
Right. We're looking up flamethrowers on Walmart.com.
you. Oh god.
Propane get. Look at that. That's like a handheld.
Right.
Bro, that's fun. That look. Oh, let me see. It got a video. Look at that.
For $80,
Right.
you
Well,
could set somebody on fire for $80.
The flamethrower
Like,
was
roast them like a
616.
marshmarshlow?
I didn't expect to find this stuff.
This is
at
just for your
Walmart.
pro. This is just a,
Yeah, this is just for your barbecue.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it'll work at the front door too.
Modifications.
I
Modifications, my friend.
mean, you surprise
Modifications.
somebody at the front door with that, they're gonna be
I
surprised.
wonder if I
that's for
walk
sure.
into like a machine shop and be like, I'd like you to modify this to shoot fire.
Well, you just rig it up at the door to spray fuel on them when they come through the entryway, and then this will be more than
My
sufficient.
God.
You people are twisted.
Burn your house down once again. I told you
Probably.
that already.
Probably.
It's okay. We got insurance call
Right.
Fausto.
A car-sized piece of Soviet rocket is expected to come crashing back down to Earth in coming days after 53 years in orbit. It's a half-ton thing falling out of the sky at a couple hundred miles an hour. That's going to hurt if it hits you, said an astronomer in Sky News. Cosmos 482 was destined to land on Venus after being launched from the USSR spaceport and what is now Kazakhstan in 1972. Instead, the upper stage of the rocket, which was responsible for powering it out of orbit, failed. The upper stage didn't work right, and it was just left the probe in orbit around the Earth, said Smithsonian astronomer Jonathan McDowell. Parts of the rocket re-entered the Earth's atmosphere in the 80s, but one chunk remained in orbit, which is thought to be debris left from the spacecraft. Years later, I went and looked at the data and this debris stayed up a lot longer than the other stuff. It seems to be denser. It's not behaving like debris, said McDowell. I realized that it was the Venus entry capsule from the Cosmos 482, which has got a heat shield on it strong enough to survive the crushing force of Venus' atmosphere. Now the heat-protected capsule is on collision path with Earth, with astronomers Marco Longberg predicting it'll hit around May 10th. Scientists can't predict where it'll hit, though they have narrowed it down to between 51 degrees north and 51 degrees south. If you're a penguin, you're probably fine, said McDowell. But if you live anywhere from Chile to Scotland, you're in the zone. Much of the surface is covered in ocean. However, the lander is around the size of a car, so the chances of it hurting someone are low. Low.
Is it one? It's one of our piles of garbage is coming back to get us.
What if Russians sent cosmonauts up in this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and this thing comes flying back to Earth with a heat shield and lands, and there's 4 dudes dead in there,
What? Like a floating.
trying to send them to Venus.
That could happen.
And they thought they got away with it because they're like, don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
And now they're going to come crashing back to Earth.
Mind your business.
I think a ride to Venus is what anybody would pass.
Betty,
on.
did you know that there was a marathon between robots or humanoid robots and humans?
No.
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Did you also know that the movie iRobot, do you know that one?
Yeah.
With Will Smith?
Yeah.
The movie, the letter I in robot, came out in 2004.
Okay.
Do you know what year the iPhone came out?
I'm gonna say 2004.
2007.
Oh, okay.
3 years after the iRobot movie.
Are they related?
We better prepare ourselves. These AI robots are going to kill us.
They coming for you. They coming.
No, they're
What's
not.
crazy, we spoke about AI in 2004, and everybody was like, man, that'd be really weird if we had AI.
That's so weird.
I'm gonna have
as
one of
I
these
do an AI picture right
agriculturally
now.
safe flamethrowers. It'll be fine.
That works well in Florida.
Right.
A Massachusetts town is grappling with an unusual menace, a woodpecker damaging parked vehicles. He doesn't like you guys. Residents in Lunenburg have reported a dozen of incidents where the bird has pecked holes into cars parts, particularly targeting rubber components like windshield wipers and door seals. Wildlife officials believe the bird may be mistaken its reflection for a rival. prompting aggression and behavior. While woodpeckers are known for drumming on trees and wood surfaces, experts say this kind of damage to vehicles is rare. The culprit, likely a northern flicker. I love the word flicker.
He's just pissed. Leave him alone.
Right.
He's tired of your crap.
You ever want to have fun? Write
Bro,
flicker
look
in
at
all
that.
capital letters.
He's been
Flicker?
smashing the mirrors. He's been breaking them.
Yeah. Write flicker in all capital letters.
Is it some weird perverted thing?
Just write flicker in all capital letters.
Okay, fine. Sharing our link. here.
There he is. There he is, right there.
Let's see. Flick.
In very nice capital letters.
Look at him. Look at him. He knows what he's doing. He's breaking his own image, though. He's in
Right.
the mirror.
Right. You got to be careful of those northern flickers. You see, did you do it? You write it?
Flick. Did I write it right?
Well, you wrote your eye like your.
What? You said a capital I. That's what an I looks like.
That's a lowercase L though.
Is it a lowercase?
No.
Flick.
Oh, you don't see it. Let me do it again.
Are you trying to convince me of something here?
No.
What is this?
There you go.
Oh, now I see it. Well, you too then.
Those northern flickers, I'm just letting you know. I had a guy who wanted to name a radio station that so that he could put that on
Flick.
logos. I was like, no, we're not getting away with that.
Not doing it.
We will. We could call it FL Point. No, I said it doesn't work.
Oh, I just shared the.
Woman tells boyfriend he can. Oh, I already told you that story. Did you send Bob a link?
I did, but you guys forget that he is not on social media.
Oh.
So I sent it to you as well. You're probably going to have to text it to him.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming he's still doing his social media ban.
Yeah, I think he decided forever.
Look, I'm on a radio show.
He realized he doesn't need any of us.
Right.
So he's like, I'm out.
All right.
Your social media to yourself.
What was I doing?
Texting Bob.
Oh, Bob.
Sending a link, sure.
Copy.
Oh, here we go. I just shared that.
Bob.
So what did I miss? Anything good?
He got a job.
Oh.
Well, that's since it's from Facebook. Why am I getting a Facebook link? Why does it say Facebook?
It just does. What? No, it says Zoom on my end.
I'm going to get the copy from Zoom. Now we're good. Right, but when I copy and send it, it wants to send you the
Yeah,
messenger.
Facebook link, yeah. That happens.
That's cool, though. We're good now.
Facebook's a little bit on the fritz today. It's probably a good thing we're not streaming there.
Right. When you can, when we get Bob on, let me know. We'll switch over. Love that. That's so nice. What I look like.
Bleh.
Is that,
It's
you
actually
like
me.
it?
That's actually me, just so you know.
That is you.
It's me.
It could be a version
all
of
right.
you.
A rare
And-
and listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that. There's a whole bunch of sharks in the water. What do you want to do?
Go swimming.
Let's go swim
Yeah.
with them.
Oh God, no.
A man in his 40 and a father of 4 was snorkeling.
See, it made him nervous.
Was snorkeling near Hadera, which, by the way, is in the Israel's Mediterranean coast, when he was attacked filming sharks with an underground camera. He remains where recovered after a 2-day search, marking only the third recorded shark attack in Israel's history, the first fatal one since 1940s. The area, known for its population of endangered dusky and sandbar sharks, has long attracted beachgoers who often ignore swimming bans to get close to the animals. During the recent holiday week, crowds were seen feeding and touching the sharks despite warnings from conservation groups about the dangers of such interactions. Zach's wife, Sarah, stated that her husband did not feed or provoke the sharks, using only his camera to stick gently between distance them when necessary.
This is all done in
God,
Oh,
are you?
cow.
Authorities have since closed the beach and nearby areas, urging people to respect wildlife boundaries and prevent future tragedies.
So these people are stupid. They see a shark and then they're like, "Oh, what a great idea! Let's go hang out."
I'm gonna create a jingle. Not from Florida.
Yeah.
Let's do
Things
it.
Floridians don't do.
Let's do it. I'll get the Walmart flamethrower out.
None
just in
of us
case.
get in
I
shark.
got you
Not-
covered.
look,
I got
No
you
shark,
covered.
no cocodrilos, no alligators, none of
Right,
it.
right.
Keep it over there.
keep it over there. We don't mess with
We
it.
don't do any of it. Snake?
Right.
Hi. Bye.
Right.
I'm playing.
Floridians are like, what?
Yeah.
Now, a true Floridian will see alligator. That look like lunch. Come on.
I get me some tail.
Right. It's over. There's the difference. Now you can tell us about it. That you want to know how you can tell a transplant from a local?
Yeah.
Put a gator in the middle of them.
And the amount
A
of teeth
transplant bails.
and teeth.
A local goes, oh, damn. Bang. Some crackers have teeth.
Some
I know
teeth.
like 4 of them.
With 4 teeth.
Right, but they got teeth. You're going to get us killed.
I know.
Right?
They
Be
like
careful.
it though.
No, they don't.
No,
I
they
thought
don't.
that one time about the guys on Pine Island. I learned real quick, but when they dug the hole and put me next to it. To respect them. And I was like, my bad.
Did they
My
put
bad.
they put a little cross? Big
Right,
mama.
right.
And you're like, gosh. It's all right. I just tell them I don't speak English.
We'll have them at 8:30, so we'll do Bob at 8:30. That's great. We'll take a break in between that. That'll be perfect. Nail salon worker pleads guilty to remote IT job scheme. A Maryland man has pled guilty to wire fraud conspiracy involving a scheme that allowed North Korean operatives to access sensitive U.S. government systems.
What?
Everything's blasting today.
Let me fix you.
Yeah, turn that down.
I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
No
just
more worries. Right. You are the.
Look at that. Tell me
We
you don't want
it's
one.
funny. Everybody that sits in that
We're in
seat
the
does
middle.
the same
Right.
shit.
Right.
All of them. They all do the same shit. It's like,
I find cool
hi,
stuff
we're
in
here.
there.
Right. And then you're like, what do you think? What do I think about what?
Yeah.
I was in the middle looking at a
I was
refrigerator
here
under a
looking
bed.
at yeah.
That thing looks awesome, don't it?
Oh, look, a turd that looks like a donut. Like,
yeah,
come
but we were
on.
mid-story, just so you know. Like, I know you don't know that,
Right.
but Betty and I know.
I'm like, damn, I run Doritos
We
now.
were talking
Right.
about Bob. It was
Right. A Maryland man has pled guilty to wire fraud conspiracy involving a scheme that allowed North Korean operatives to access sensitive U.S. government systems. Min Fong Nong-gwong,
Oh, that
40,
guy.
a former nail salon employee, admitted to securing 13 remote IT jobs between 21 and 24 using falsified credentials, including a fake degree and security clearance. He then permitted overseas developers believed to be North Korean nationals operatives from China to perform the work under his identity. The scheme enabled unauthorized access to critical infrastructure, including contracts with FAA, and Vong earned over $970,000 in salaries, which authorities allege were funneled to North Korea's regiment, potentially supporting its nuclear weapons program. The case highlights a broader issue of North Korean IT, where a broader issue where North Korean IT workers infiltrate U.S. companies through remote positions using stolen or fabricated IDs.
Oh my goodness. That's why you need to call us. We hook you up.
SJC.
Technology.
if only I had my song queued up.
Oh my God.
Think that's the best song you can make?
I've made one or two that are better.
All right.
Not
Don't
for
give me
that
a song
purpose.
that's not the greatest.
Not
You know,
for
my
that
boss would
purpose.
say to me, if you said you're going to play the one that's not the greatest, wrong with you.
No. That's the greatest one I've made for my company.
Right.
I've made a couple.
Try
others that are
harder.
Better.
I'm just kidding.
It's pretty rocking.
Radioactive Rodent Swarm Forces UK. Radioactive Rodent Swarm Forces UK to halt nuclear project. Construction at the Hinkley
Right?
Point C nuclear power plant in Somerset, UK has been disrupted by a significant rat
That would
infestation,
encourage me to leave.
raising health and safety concerns among workers. Hey, we're going to build a nuclear plant. The hell we are.
There's a freaking orange rat that's
That's
glowing
big,
green.
right.
Like, get the hell
Do you
outta
believe
here.
there's rats here?
Freaking super rats running by.
We don't want to
outside.
be a part of these rats at all. None of
He's
these
so
at all.
cheeky.
Pack them up and send them over to India.
They bite you, you grow another head. It's like
Right.
so
No thanks.
radioactive.
You're gonna love this next story, Betty. This next story is just for you.
All right. Why are you sleeping?
For a space program, failing to send a spacecraft to orbit would usually mean something's gone wrong. However, in the Faroe Island space program, not going to space is the whole point. Instead of leaving Earth, the initiative is to harness the gravitational pull of our most reliable neighbor, the moon,
Aw.
to generate electricity. And its core, it's Luna 12, a tidal kite that captures the underwater currents of the Faroe Islands coast, converted them into renewable power by efficiently harnessing the moon's energy. This collaboration has the potential to revolutionize the renewable energy landscape and help the Faroe Islands reach their goal of 100% renewable energy by 2030.
I love it because first of all, the moon is super has like this big magnetic pull that changes everything. I mean, it makes women go into labor. It makes the tides rise and go down. So why not use it? Absolutely, instead of all the other BS that Katy Perry's doing.
I found the reason to live.
I love. Get the
Jeez.
I love that she's standing in front of you know what the
It
best
does
shot
remind you of the Dumb and Dumber movies.
the
doesn't it?
best thing is when they're filming inside or whatever and she's just staring at the camera literally like with her face. That she's not looking at anything else, it's just her. Like it's such a goofball.
Like she's filming a music video?
Yeah.
Hey,
Imagine you're in space.
Somebody tap me.
Okay.
Is this only in Katie's ear? Yeah. Hey, Katie, we're not doing a music video. Stop staring at the camera.
Oh. Well, what am I supposed to do then?
Stare out the window of the fake
Oh.
capsule, you dummy.
Dang it.
Point at the moon on the other side of the planet.
That's my Katy Perry impression.
Don't be surprised by what I'm about to tell you.
Tell me.
An Australian radio station is facing criticism after it revealed that one of its hosts, Thigh, was actually AI generated and has been on the air for 6 months without disclosure. The AI voice, created by 11 Labs, which hosted by a weekday show on Sydney's Kata station, raising suspicion among listeners due to the repeated phrases and lack of personal background. As theories spread online, the station admitted that Thigh wasn't a real person, with a project leader calling it an experiment in redefining live radio.
11 Labs is pretty awesome.
I use it.
for a lot of
I'm a
stuff.
member.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't like if he was part of a show and it was like
Another
a
AI I
skit.
used.
It was an AI that they put in to run like a whole program.
Yeah.
That is shitty.
Is it?
Yes, it is shitty.
All right. Let me break it down for you. And I'm going to go through them all right now. If you went right now and turned on any one of your local radio stations, and we'll
Mhm.
start with my former radio station, they have a live morning show, somebody who pre-records a show after that from Tampa, somebody who pre-records a show after that from LA,
Mhm.
and somebody who pre-records a show from Fort Myers after that, and then nothing on after. It just all music till 6 a.m. again.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to other radio stations like, say, 105.5, they've got a live morning show, somebody local that records the midday show. They got a live afternoon show, and I don't know what they're doing at night because the radio stations in America have given up on night. And if you go to somewhere like Trump country, the whole thing is a robot. And there is a company out there called Odyssey who actually created an AI jock system so that you could actually do this with jocks. Like you could legitimately create an AI jock and just
Well,
let it
then
run.
I'm going home. I'm
But
going back to bed.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have an AI that knows your town based on the fact that it was taught correctly and knows, or somebody who's trying to figure it out from LA? Like, I'm not 100% against AI, but if you're over voice tracking, but let me say this right now.
But does the AI
This
have its own
is
show?
the fall of the radio. This is the fall. This is why you lose FM. You know, a lot of people are talking about this, and they think that it's never going to happen. And I was one of those people. Just so everyone knows, I was one of those people that believed that FM would never die. There were people that bailed when Sirius started. They were like, "Oh, we're getting out before FM explodes," and I laughed, and I still laugh at them because FM hasn't exploded yet. right? And then everyone started bailing to do digital radio stations. I'll never remember my friend Gentry, who started Muddy Country. It was a digital radio station. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, bro, I can't believe that's even working. That's crazy, right? But they've become real avenues of broadcast. There's so
Yeah.
many of us out there that are doing it, so many ways to get it out there. We are real avenues of broadcast now. And radio stations, the only way you save FM from becoming obsolete, because when you get in my car, Big Mama Radio turns on. I don't have it's just automatic because it's what I listen to, right?
Right.
Monitor my own station. If you listen to this station, the same thing. If it's not me, it's something else. Like I got in from trivia yesterday, and it was playing the audio round from trivia because it was queued up on my phone.
Yeah.
It didn't go to FM radio like it did back in the 90s when you would turn
Yeah,
on
you
your
just
car
turn
and
it
you would have to figure out a way to get your CD or your MP3 playing or your Bluetooth playing.
Right.
Now it's almost automatic. It goes to your phone before it goes to your FM.
Oh yeah, everything my phone does.
So you got to save FM radio. How do you do that? You embrace the DJ. You embrace the DJ to the point to where you make it one of the most sought after jobs in the world, and everybody wants one. And I'm not saying this because I want you to give me big money to get into a radio station to do it. I'm saying this because as somebody who's been in it as a broadcaster for 35 years and as a kid for 15 years prior to that.
Yeah.
So I've got, 40 years, I would say, in my life since I was 2. So over close to 50 years of experience in radio. Like understand that I've seen it on every point, on every spectrum my whole life. I remember when they played albums, my dad would bring little 45s home because that's what they played on the radio.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been in this industry. If you don't do this, you've lost it. You've lost it completely. You don't embrace the DJ, FM is going to die. Now, so many people don't believe that, and this goes into deaf ears from listeners. They don't care. Radio doesn't barely watch because they don't want to admit that they prefer to do a digital product.
How's the AI going to learn to talk smack like I do?
Oh, I can teach it.
No, because it relies on facts and logic, and I could do
Be a
one up.
smart ass.
I can do one better.
No, my AI is based on laziness. I'm convinced of it.
And imagination.
I'm like, what is my AI even doing anymore?
I don't even
Lazy
know.
ass AI doesn't even care anymore. That's the problem. I just want my AI to care.
Yeah. I don't
Mine
think
cares.
so. I don't think even real people
Right?
care.
I'm like, can you make me a logo? He's like, I don't know. It depends. Do you want it green or red?
Mm.
Bitch, I want you just to make a logo.
Make
All
a
right.
decision.
All right, you work for me. Go make a job. Go make your logo. But instead, I gotta argue with AI.
Why I
It's
gotta tell
and
you
sometimes I'm
everything?
like, I'm gonna work. Like every married couple, we'll have a disagreement. I'm like, I'm just gonna go work, and I'll sit down, and my AI will start fighting with me. I'm like, I can't stand you.
You just want to fight with
And
somebody.
then the AI will talk back to you. It don't have no problems.
Hey,
oh,
there he is.
oh, he's there.
Hey, look at
Oh, we got a man ready to
him.
go. If he's ready, can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Oh, I got the mic muted.
Oh.
I didn't want to hear him.
All right. Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me?
Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on. There we go.
Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear
Did
me,
you
Bob.
Did you mute me still?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on, Bob. Hold on.
Well, we wouldn't have to put you on timeout.
Oh, this is
There
so
he
old.
is.
Hey, Bob, can you hear us? He can't hear us.
Probably best.
Hold on, Bob. Bob, can you hear us?
Now I can.
There,
There we go.
that's
All
what
right.
happens when you don't show up.
All
Time.
right. You said 8:30. It's 8:15. I was
hey.
getting ready to go to break, but you're already here, so now I got to roll your segment. 'cause
No
you're
break
here.
for us
Betty,
because of you.
Betty,
You
I
didn't
like
make
your
it.
hair. What'd you do? You curled it up, darkened it a little bit?
I've been sitting in a shadow.
Oh.
But thank you.
It looks darker on
Right.
camera.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Right,
This
there
is
we
not.
go.
This is not one of our high-end cameras.
All right.
You didn't. You didn't rate.
Question, how many cameras you got on you?
You didn't rate on that.
On me,
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, you look about 20 pounds heavier. They say that's 10 pounds.
Right. Look, I'm gonna start the show, and I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna start this part of the segment. I might just play the old intro and not play the new intro. All right, because I don't want to blow your ego up anymore. It's like
Right.
you're all pumped up today, out there working a new gig, got your thing going on, man. You fired up. I play this. It might be dangerous for the people, your new coworkers. I'm not sure we
Let's
should.
go. Roll it.
Is Bob's
Apparently, other
volume
people
up?
want to hear Bob, so you got to kick the volume up.
All right, hold on. Let's do it right. Let me get it dialed in here. Hold on. I turned up Bob way too loud. Let me bring him back down a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Coach Bob steps in with the swagger of grace. A man of Jesus keeps the smile on his face. But don't test the man when he's holding the sticks. Call of Duty battles, he's pulling no tricks. Coach Bob, he's the man, yeah, he does it all. From courtside calls to control of brawls. On 3 men and a lady dropping wisdom hot. Preaching love and faith, he's giving all he's got. In the game of life, he plays by the word. Flipping the script on the things he's heard. Teaching the hustle with kindness and grit. But that COD lost, man, he's throwing a fit. Coach Bob, he's the man, yeah, he does it all. From courtside calls to control of brawls. On 3 men and a lady dropping wisdom hot. Preaching love and faith, he's giving all he's got. In the game of life, he plays by the word. Flipping the script on the things he's heard. Teaching the hustle with kindness and grit. But that COD lost, man, he's throwing a fit. Late nights on the couch, head sit on tilt. Building his kingdom on the foundation he built. Win or lose, reset and replay again. For Bob, the battles where lessons begin. On the mic, he's dropping sharp and divine. Faith meets hustle, that's his steady line. Squad knows the deal, his players stand tall. Coach Bob's playbook got answers for all. Coach Bob, he's the man, yeah, he does it all. From courtside calls to control of brawls. On 3 men and a lady dropping wisdom hot. Preaching love and faith, he's giving all he's got. Coach Bob, he's the man.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Bob in the building. Yeah, it's great to have you today. Getting started on this amazing show today. Good morning, brother.
Jamie likes the intro.
How's the new gig?
So does Selena.
How's the new digs?
New gig is good. I'll stay on as long as I can.
All right, there we go. All right, we'll get right to it, my friend. My boyfriend keeps making strange. Let me turn that down because the music's probably distracting to you. My boyfriend keeps making strange compliments that feel more like comparisons to his ex. He says I have a unique look and tells him I'm not conventionally pretty, but that's better. I get that he's trying to be thoughtful, but it doesn't land well, and I can't shake how often he brings up his ex. Is this a red flag or just bad communications, Bob?
He's comparing you to his ex. So right, we go back to the old Space Mountain gig here. Like he got off of Space Mountain and he's now on like the Detox ride, and he keeps going. Yeah, this is kind of cool and it looks fun, and I know we're having a good time spinning in a little circle, but it's getting kind of lame. Thinking I'm gonna go back and get on Space Mountain again because Space Mountain was rough. It was tough. I got off there hurting. Like it was a good ride.
What do you think? You think he's just dumb, or is it a red flag, Betty?
How much was it for those flamethrowers again?
Oh, look, you'd be fired up. Yeah, you gotta put him in. You can't let a dude talk about his ex. You want to go talk? You want to talk about your ex? Go be with your ex. Get out of my house. Don't come back.
Get out of here. You're
we
gonna
do.
compare me to her.
Guys, don't
and
be
like,
stupid.
no.
Don't be stupid, guys.
Get out of here.
Don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid.
Stupido.
My wife recently got a promotion and now works closely with a male colleague that she constantly talks about. She swears it's strictly professional, but she texts him after hours, laughs at all his jokes, and even had lunch with him on Saturday. I want to trust her, but it's making me feel like a third wheel in my own marriage. And am I being insecure, or is this emotional cheating?
Is he gay? That's the question.
Does it matter?
It does matter. Because if he's not, she's going to bang him.
Gay friends have straight friends.
Because that's a lot of connection. You're hanging out after work. You're calling
Right.
each other. You go out on the weekend. You're dating
I
this
think
guy.
they're already banging.
Yeah, you're dating this guy.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, she's dating another dude, bro. She's spending all her time going on dates, going out on the weekend.
It's a
Yeah, bro,
coworker.
Mm.
They work on projects together.
You don't
It's
need to
a
talk
big,
about the fax machine on the weekend. Get over
listen,
it.
no, it's a
What's
we do
she
big.
working on the weekend?
We're both construction architects, so we're just trying to get this project done. So we're constantly working on this project, and we're hoping to get it done by Monday. So Saturday we're gonna get together at lunch and finish the project. We're construction engineers.
You can
We're
Zoom-
architects.
you
We
can Zoom
actually
call.
draw the drawings together.
You can Zoom call in the living room while I'm
Yeah,
sitting there.
we don't do that. We don't get together to
Yeah.
do that. We send an email of the drawings. I'll
Yeah.
send you
Yeah.
an RFI with any questions I have. back.
It was
We
if it
don't
was
need
a
No.
it. We-
No, we're
this
both
ain't-
architects.
This ain't
Right.
1985. We don't
I'm
do
just
all
trying to
that
get
stuff
plausible
together.
deniability, man.
no. If this was a big, hairy, smelly dude, you wouldn't be trying to find him on the weekends to work on the project either.
Listen,
So,
All
like,
he's
no.
got to do is real simple, bud. You really want to know? Next time they're going to meet, ask to go with. That's it.
I found out my boyfriend has a private Snapchat account where he follows women he doesn't follow anywhere else. When I asked about it, he said it's just memes and I'm overthinking. But why hide it all? Should I believe it's innocent fun or is that kind of a secrecy deal breaker?
Snapchats for memes?
No, it's for porn, but
Is it?
whatever. I guess.
I have no
I
idea.
don't think there's any memes there. I've never used it. I don't know.
Isn't that
personally-
where people send you like dick pics and stuff?
Snapchat's the worst thing on the planet.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
bad for relationships altogether. Let me just tell you why. Here's why Snapchat's bad. If you're in the friend zone and you don't give an F anymore,
Mm-hmm.
you can slide right into DMs without anybody knowing into Snapchat. It doesn't send no adjourt. Like, it's made for that. That's what it's made for.
It's made to be
and
sneaky.
dudes that don't give an F will go hunt down their ex-girlfriend, not caring if they got a boyfriend or a husband now.
Yeah.
And they'll do that. And girls the same way. Chicks who don't give a damn. I'll tell you what, and I will say this, and if you Google this fact, chicks for some reason that are on the prowl, I'm not talking about you married ladies, all right?
Mhm.
I'm talking about chicks on the prowl, don't give a damn about a ring.
No.
They don't give a
lot of
damn
them
about the ring.
lot
They're
of
a
them
better woman. I'll smoke that bitch in any kind of fight. That's how they look at it,
Yeah.
right? That's how they look at it. And it's crazy that the world is like that. But Snapchat filters that in. So yeah, man, it's a red flag. You got to Snapchat's bad. And I superseded Bob on the answer because Bob is still anti-social media.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems like the new cheating site.
It absolutely is.
New.
It's not new.
Since
It's been around.
2011.
Listen, I
Oh.
tell everybody, if you want to trust your significant other, open up their Snapchat and see who they got the biggest snap streak with. It better be you.
Right? or the guy or the car warranty
Or her
guy.
girlfriend, her best girlfriend, the one she talks to all the time. When you look at it and it's Enrique, you better be nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from looking through here, I don't see any mention of memes on Snapchat.
Right.
Yeah, he lying.
So we gave it to our research department who technically put it into the computer.
I
and
may
figured
be
it out.
mistaken because I don't use it, but
I've been dating a
Nice.
single dad for 8 months, and I just met his kids for the first time. He seemed checked out the whole time and barely introduced me. I felt like an outsider in his world. I care about him deeply, but I'm always going to come in. Am I always going to come in second to a life I've never fully been a part of?
over his kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's
to
the
don't-
question?
Right. There's no question here. Yeah, you're going to come in second, right, Bob? You would agree with that,
And
right?
yeah, it's like
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, that the fact that he just brought his kids around you is a big step. I mean, that's
Right.
for a single parent, that's a huge step. And you don't, man. If you've never been a single parent dating somebody, it's tough, man, because you don't want to bring people into your kids' lives that aren't going to be around. And so
No.
the fact that he just even had you around when the kids were there is a big step. And but his kids are always going to come first for sure, as they should.
A dude who really likes you and I'm reversing this single deal,
Mm-hmm.
and you're dating him, and you're a single mom,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'd like you to meet my kids,
Yeah.
and he immediately goes, yes. That's cool, but it's also weird if he immediately says
Yeah.
no. Like it has to be a
It's
growth.
a balance. Yeah.
And you can't let a guy be too excited to do it. And
No,
one that's
that would worry me.
right.
I'll be like, why
Right.
are you so excited to meet my kid?
Right. I don't like you gotta walking into becoming a stepdad is something that even as a boyfriend, like if you're gonna date a single mom, you have to know that that's a potential.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna date a single dad, you gotta know that that's a potential. Listen, you can say I'm just trying to have fun with them.
You can have fun without meeting anybody.
Right. Right.
On their
There's
dad's
a
weekend.
meeting in the hotel
Yeah.
room.
Like you don't need to meet my
We're
kid.
not going to my house.
Mm-mm.
Right.
That's a decision that's got to be made early on. I mean, as a man, when you're walking into a
That's
single
what I was
mom
saying.
house- yeah, it's
Like you're gonna
you're
date a
absolutely
single
right.
mom,
That-
you gotta be willing to make that commitment right away.
Yep.
And I think
So
that's
that
why
if
it's
you're
hard
con-
for a single mom to date because I don't want you to fall in love and then I'm not for being a stepdad.
Right.
Right.
That's a
So
problem.
don't work.
right. Ooh, God, and that's the whole issue. Boy, I don't miss that life at all. Dating life sucks.
Yeah. Over
You
it.
got to be like, oh, bro, I met this girl. She's so fine. She's so fine. She got 6 kids.
God
Oh.
dang.
Right, right.
You're like, oh.
Fine don't matter no more. You got to decide whether or not you want to be a stepdad. Like
Yeah.
being a parent, though, is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And once Sarah taught me how to do it properly, it's been awesome. My girlfriend constantly jokes about being too hot for me in front of her friends. I try to laugh it off, but deep down it hurts. She says I'm being too sensitive and it's all in fun. But I'm starting to wonder if she really respects me. How do I know when playful teasing crosses the line?
Yeah, his girlfriend always runs around saying she's hot.
She's too hot for him. I'm too hot for you.
Oh well, kick rocks then, bitch.
Oh my God.
Good for you. Get out of here.
Too
Get
hot.
the door, hit you on
Too
the ass
hot.
on the way out.
Right.
Ah.
You're doing it.
Say that one time. One time she'd say that, and I'd be out.
Oh, not me. Let me help you out, bro. Let me give you the ultimate response to that rushes comment. Let me give it to you. You ready?
Mhm.
Here we go. I've had better. I've had hotter. I've had
I'd
hotter.
rate the sex at a B,
All right.
B
I-
plus maybe.
I'm way too hot for you. I've had hotter.
I'll be like, no, I've looked at your Facebook. That's not true.
Right.
She looked like a goat before.
Right. Oh, by the way, that's you chicks.
That's
I think Sarah's the most beautiful woman I have ever met and been with in my entire life. I don't think there could ever be a hotter one. But if she left me tomorrow, the next girl would destroy her. The next girl would be like, oh, that fat bitch. And Sarah weigh 100 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, another woman will look at your ex like she is the worst woman ever to walk on this earth.
Then stop dating
Look at
ugly
that
women.
rat-faced woman, man. Why you even mess with that rat face?
Look at that. What is that? The Monopoly guy?
Right.
Is that your girlfriend?
Right.
Don't tell me nothing.
Chicks be flawless, raw, ran crazy.
Why does your girlfriend look like she got off a horse? She walked bow-legged. I
I've
mean,
been
you find
married-
everything wrong with them.
Right.
Everything.
Oh, you dated her? Look at her eyebrows. I've been
Pigeon-toed.
married for 12 years, and lately I feel more like roommates than lovers. We don't fight. We don't connect either. Barely talk, rarely touch. Every time I bring it up, she says, things are fine. And I'm just being needy. Am I
Things ain't
asking for
fine.
too much, or is this emotional neglect?
Emotional neglect.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm
He's-
fine.
Yeah, she's not interested in him.
What do you say, Bob?
I say he's got a big problem. Something's going on that's got her pretty upset, pretty just out of it right now. Now you've been together 12 years, so are the kids? Was there kids involved?
It doesn't say. Doesn't say.
That could make a big difference. If
She's hanging
Yeah,
out for the
the kids-
kids.
if the kids are now into that teenage years or even into that high school years, the kids aren't around as much. And it goes back to that whole theory where when you stay together just for kids, them kids move on and now you're just together.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to know if there was kids involved, because it seems to me like some kids have grown up, maybe moved on or have gotten older, and they stayed together early on for the family and not because they were in love. And you can be as good as dad to a kid whether you're with that person or not. You can be as good a mom to a kid.
Let's
whether
say
you're with
that's
the person.
not it. And what else could have? Because here's the deal. He's like, man, I just need some attention. I need some attention. She's like,
But
you're
he's
being needy.
trying to he's trying to keep it going. He's trying to keep it. Well, but here's the thing. Sometimes when you have someone that does not like affection, and it's hard for someone that does like affection, you have to taper off like your level of affection, and you have to kind of I hate to say settle, but that's what it feels like. Like, okay, well, this person doesn't hold my hand, this person doesn't hug me, this person doesn't say I love you, and you just have to be like, okay, and then maybe that's what happened. But it sounds like that's not the case, because the guy's trying to be in that relationship, and she's the one that doesn't want to give affection. So maybe he's got to taper it down a little bit if he wants to keep it working. But I don't know, or maybe she's got to step it up.
Maybe she's got early menopause.
That could be it too. She could be hormonal.
Right. Like there's so many things that we're not looking at. And you got to make sure. And I would tell him that, just like we don't know if there's kids, we don't know whether or not there's some kind of medical situation going on, or if there's any bad blood. Like this is something I need
Maybe
someone
she
to
has
call
depression.
in for, so that we can actually dive deep into this one. I mean, this one needs a way deeper conversation.
She could have depression. She could have all
you've
kinds
been-
of stuff. I don't know.
You've been married 12 years. I mean, I think it's worth trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Don't go to a counselor.
Don't go to a counselor. Is that what you
Marriage
said?
counselor.
You don't like him?
No.
Why?
Because it's always his fault.
Listen, exactly. No, listen, you guys can go to a marriage counselor, but here's the first thing you should always be asking your marriage counselor. How long have you been married? Because if you got a lady who's like, oh, I'm not married, she has no idea how to counsel you on marriage because she can't even figure it out herself.
I've never thought about that. That's the first question I'll ever ask.
That's like
again.
going to a fat doctor
We,
for a
uh,
diet plan.
We went through all
Absolutely.
right. Well, just for the record, my best wrestling coach was way out of shape. I mean, way out of shape, but he was a hell of a wrestler. So there's some things I think you can do outside of the spectrum. but yeah, God, Bob brings up a valid point. I never thought like that's the thing you got to ask. Like, if you ain't been married 35 years and you're not a pro at it, don't tell me how to do it,
Right?
right?
I want to see you as
If you,
miserable as
can't,
me.
if you can't give me something out of your playbook that's going to work in my playbook, then I don't need to be here because you don't. And if you don't have a playbook,
All
I
right.
do. Maybe I should help you. Do I need to work for you?
But based on that
I get
theory,
that,
then we
Bob.
could
That's right.
based on
I
that
like
theory,
it. I
then we
like
could
it a
get we could get marriage advice from my parents who've been together 60 years, but scream at each other at the
Absolutely.
top of their lungs from the minute they
you
wake up
should-
till they go to
You
sleep.
should absolutely go to your parents who have been married 60 years for advice because
Right.
they've been through it. They've walked the path.
And they're
Where-
maniacs.
Where you are and where you're headed, they've already gone.
Good
and
lord.
like so many explorers that came before us, we follow maps of people who have already made the journey and set the map. And the ones that have done it successful in life have created that map and have gone through them obstacles. So we should follow people who have already braved and went where we went, especially if we're trying to achieve what they have. My grandparents were married 50 plus years.
Mhm.
I used to ask my grandma before she passed away all the time for marriage advice. It was the first person I went to because that's what I wanted. I
Yeah.
wanted that. How did you get to that? And
Right.
so
Patience is usually
Toleration.
the first one
Toleration.
is
Let's come up with
patience.
some great words for marriage: patience, toleration,
suck.
compromise,
Realize it.
sex.
yeah, absolutely.
Right. These are all
Not-
words that are
not-
super important.
Not
Yeah.
the 22 or 24-year-old girl fresh out of college who's never been in a relationship.
But I
and
have a
hasn't had one
degree.
more than 6 months. Yeah, I got a degree. Okay.
I've never seen a marriage counselor that can actually hit on my wife. No, get out, bro.
Get out of here.
Right.
Ugh.
I got a funny story, and I'm going to tell it. So I'm a loudspeaker. Like, I'm naturally loud.
Nah.
When we go into a room and have a conversation, I'm loud. A lot of people think I yell. Don't yell at me, bro. I'm not yelling. I'm having a conversation with
This
you.
is how I talk.
This is how I talk, you weirdo. Right? So
He's a loud chewer, too.
we're at a counselor. We're at a counselor. And he starts talking to me. And I said, well, I think you're wrong. And I think you're completely wrong. And I don't understand why you don't want to see the both points. Like, her side, my side, somewhere in the middle is going to be the real truth. Let's get into it. And da-da-da-da. And I started talking to him. He's like, don't yell at me. I was like, I'm not yelling at you. He goes, you're yelling at me. I said, you want me to yell at you, bro? And that was it. I didn't have to do another session with him.
Problem solved.
I'm solved, bro.
Look at how I fix everything.
She
I
was
got
like,
time for one more. Hit me
all
up
right,
with a
all right. My fiance and I are planning our wedding, but his mother is trying to take over everything, the venue, the guest list, even my dress. He says it's just her to have her, to just let her have her way. It's just her only son's wedding. I'm starting to feel like it's her wedding and not ours. How do I draw the line without causing family drama? How about that for a fun last one, Bob?
Well, you really need to get your husband, first of all, your husband should understand that this is your day. This is the day that's been made for you. This is the day where you will wed your groom. This is the bride's day. And so if he can't understand that you want to plan your day, then you already are starting off with a problem. And it's the very first thing that Big said just a minute ago: compromise, communication, understanding, negotiation. Like, you have to get all this out first. If you can't do any of this, if it's just, hey, do it because this is what I want, that is going to start resentment. So already your very first day, you've already started your relationship has been under resentment. It's already got resentment in it. And that's not going to stop. And then you're going to, every time you get mad in the next year, you're going to think back to the wedding and that you didn't get to do your wedding. And guess what? You're going to throw that up, and that resentment's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's just going to keep growing, because every time something goes wrong, that wedding is going to come back up.
He love his mama.
He does love his mother.
He love his mama so much. His mama is everything. I love my mama so much. She my mama.
But here's
let
the
my
thing.
mama have her way. Don't you worry about your day. Let my mama have her way.
No.
It's a bride's day.
Next
but
thing
go
you
ahead.
know, you're sitting in the back seat while he's got his mom in the front seat anytime you go anywhere. So no, that's not happening. This is what you do. You flat out tell her that isn't happening, but I still love you and I still respect you, and I would like you to help me with one component of the wedding. What would you like to do? This, or this? And you give her three things to figure it out. And then you say, oh, you want to be in charge of picking flowers and all stuff, whatever it is that you don't give a shit about. And you're like, okay, great. Here you go. That's your thing. And you do that. And that's it. I did that with his mom.
Let me tell you, as a guy who runs Big Events Florida and is involved in weddings every day, it's her day. It's always her day. It's no one else's day. It's just her day. But let me pause for a second. Get her hands out of your dress.
Yeah.
The dress is your deal. Everything else, let her do it.
Yeah, you're not going to.
You don't have to do it. That's the greatest thing ever. What are you talking about? Time out. Everybody who's been married and gone through the planning and the all that stuff,
I'm not going to do any of it.
get her out of the dress, because that's your deal. That's you. That's all you. She can't be involved in that.
Yeah.
Smack her hand, tell her to get away from the dress.
Yeah.
But if she wants to buy the cake and buy the flowers and do all that, go handle yourself, girlfriend. I'll be there. I'll show up when it's wedding day. I don't give a damn as long as it's all good.
I mean, like, I like these flowers and these flowers and these flowers.
I only remember
Figure it
what
out.
my wedding looks like is because we've got pictures of it on the wall. If
Yeah.
otherwise, I wouldn't remember it.
Right.
Like, it's a
exactly.
long time ago. Like, there's a lot of things that you don't like. I don't remember the colors. I don't remember what was on the centerpiece.
I do remember
the
the
tables.
taste. The cake
Right.
did taste good, though.
Right.
That
That's
was
all.
okay.
That's it. That's all I remember.
I was in charge of the cake. That's why.
Yeah, right.
Right. I remember the DJ, and I remember what we served at the bar. That's it.
So
You want to hear the craziest story? is that me and Feb on our wedding, on our marriage licenses, our witnesses, we don't know them. Two complete strangers.
Just random
we got
people.
married to the second floor of the Cape Coral City Hall, and there was a lady standing next to Feb that signed as her witness, and some dude paying his water bill next to me that signed as my witness.
I love it. You should send them like a
You gotta
note on
find
your
them.
anniversary.
You should find
And then I
them.
had
Yeah.
a softball game, and so I went to softball batting practice.
Right. You should find them and take them out to dinner one night. Separately, obviously
Yeah.
they're not together.
Or if
No,
you
no, they were just two
Right.
people.
Right.
if
Man,
you
that
really
was
want
pretty cool.
something that doesn't really matter, like he should assign his mother. She should assign his mother-in-law to the invitations because like that's like
Yeah.
after that's gonna be done. Like it's not even at the wedding. It's fine.
And if none of that, sweetheart, if none of that works, then just put the V on lockdown and be like, well, go bang your mom then.
Yeah. Put your mom in the wedding dress. Go
Right,
ahead.
Right.
Well, why don't you go get your mom to give you a mouth hug then?
That's
You girls controlling everything. bro.
right. Right.
We're not gonna put the cake topping as you, me, and your mom.
Right.
It's
No, she's going on the second tier.
like, jeez.
Right. The good news is.
All right, I gotta
All right,
run.
we'll
Love
see you, buddy.
guys.
All right, Coach Bob, everybody. Always a great segment. Always great to have him on the show, man. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back up with the second with part B of the show right next on Big Bell Radio. You're listening to the Joshua Tree Stream. On Florida's favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio. Your favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio.
Can you dance to my beat?
Broadcasting live from the WB Williamson Brothers Studio.
Can you dance to my beat?
Need a C-Wall or Doc? Call 1-844-WB-BILL.
Hey, this TSO. Turn it up loud. Can you dance to my beat?
Your favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio.
Can you dance to my beat?
Now back to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Heard on Big Hits, Big Baba Radio. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, as we are live here for this, what I call part B of the show here on the Joshua Tree stream. The 5 accessories every man should carry.
Oh.
Pocket knife.
Not on the list.
Watch.
I'm sorry. Not on the list.
Accessories.
Any dude that
Sunglasses.
actually works that doesn't carry
On the
a pocket
list,
knife
there
and a
you go.
watch,
The
there's
5
nobody good.
accessories every man should carry are essential to getting through the day. Most men rely on a few items to stay organized. Extra elements weigh them down. Stay on top of your game with these accessories. You need an RFID blocking wallet.
No, this is not a normal.
If you have forgotten your wallet, then you are missing a crucial possession. These bifolds keep your driver's license, identification cards, credit cards, and money safe. Make sure it's an incorporated RFID block to keep the thieves from scanning your cards.
And you don't sit on your wallet, I heard. If you put it in your
Bad
back.
for your hip.
Yeah, that's how you get jacked up. You got to put it in your
Right.
front pocket. See?
Sunglasses over. You got to have sunglasses, guys. You know what that's about. A pen.
A pen?
Right.
Like a nerd? Like
you,
a pocket protector?
you just need a pen. A pen. You don't need to have a pocket protector. You got to have a pen on you.
You got to put it in. Yeah, okay.
Messenger bag.
Are we live?
This is, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird because it's not going on the
it's
thing.
behind. This is delayed. Don't pay no mind over here.
Don't look at that.
Right.
Okay, just checking.
Messenger bag.
What's a messenger bag?
A merce.
Oh,
Like we gave away.
yeah. Like now everybody's wearing them. I've
Right.
seen them everywhere.
Right.
All the dudes have them.
Right. I just can't stop leaving it, so I stopped carrying mine.
You leave it like you forget you have it.
You have to never
Oh.
take it off. If you're gonna wear it, you can never take it off.
The Colonel says magnums are missing from your list.
Magnums.
Those are in the messenger bag. All right, Colonel.
Yeah, and you could always put a knot at the end of it.
All right. Few men would think of leaving their phone, so phone was on the list.
Yeah.
So phone is on the list.
Well, everybody walks around with a phone.
Right. It's important. Have a phone.
Just the fact that you said messenger bag means you're carrying more than 5 items.
Yeah.
Right.
You have your chapstick in there.
Ooh,
It's,
very important.
Yeah.
it's not far from a
Probably a
purse.
pocket knife is pretty important too. I always need a pocket. I hate asking the question. It makes me feel so unmanly. Anybody got a pocket knife?
You know,
yeah.
it's funny because, like, just day to day, I only need a couple things. But when I'm on vacation, I have to carry that bag around. And I keep all kinds of stuff in that bag.
He does. Now he carries my stuff in there.
Right. The best singers. Oh wait, I don't. There's a. Oh, we'll come back to this. This is good, but there's so much better. Words and phrases that are overused so much they're meaningless. What is something that people say so much that it's become meaningless? It could be something you hear from companies, your coworkers, your parents, your partner, or your kids.
This is a big one. I'm sorry.
I'm
People
sorry,
say
it's
it.
meaningless.
People say it so much that it's meaningless because they don't mean it no more.
You should just do what my wife does. What are you sorry for?
Give you the finger.
Yeah, right?
What are you sorry for?
Yeah. And why haven't you fixed it? If you're already that
Yeah,
sorry.
because there's probably more to the story.
No.
At that
No.
point, if they're saying I'm sorry, there's probably more to the
This
story.
is what I learned. I'll never. I mean, Jesus, it was probably 13 years ago. It was forever ago. But
got it.
we got to an argument. I say I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and she immediately responds with, "What are you sorry for?"
That's good.
Now, what it immediately does to the person who's saying I'm sorry, who's just trying to throw an I'm sorry to shut you up and end the conversation and end the argument. I'm sorry.
Now you got to rethink it. Now you got to
Now-
think about it.
No, you got to admit it.
Yes.
I'm sorry that and you better be apologizing for what's pissed her off.
Yeah.
Because now what I would do for years and legitimately, like, I'm giving away one of her golden secrets. Like, this was one of her golds. Like, this was so great.
Okay.
And this is so you would get into an argument, and dudes all the time do it. And if Bob was here, he would say the same thing. You immediately go for the apology because you would rather take the smooth road. So I'll be wrong. Look, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are you sorry for? Now you have to say, let me give an example. I'm trying to think of something besides something so drastic as like let's say,
For putting your laundry on the floor instead of the basket that's literally an inch away from there. How about that one?
all right, we'll use that. And you're real pissed about it,
like,
right?
okay.
And we're in a big ass argument about it, right?
Yeah.
Right? And you're going back and forth, and I'm like, my bad. Like, no big deal. Like, but whatever. Look, I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to
For
fight
what?
anymore. I'm sorry. What
For
do you?
what?
Right?
What are you sorry
it's,
about?
It's kind of a bad one because it's so, because it's got to be something more deep. And if you've really waited a long time and she's been pissed for a week,
Yeah.
and you can't remember what you did,
What
oh,
about
you're,
your
you're in
attitude?
trouble.
Let's go there. Why? Why
It's
is that
usually-
about your attitude?
It's about attitude or reaction, and then a man will have to go, "Hey, look, I'm sorry about the way I reacted. I reacted incorrectly." And that's how you now. If I apologize for something, I
Mhm.
apologize with definition,
So what you're saying is I was right and you're wrong.
and I try never. God, I'm going
So
to give
you,
away one.
you preemptively
Dude.
hit the follow-up question.
Right, absolutely.
Oh, you include it in your apology so you don't get like.
Oh, I'm trained.
Oh,
You call that trained, my friend.
Oh, okay.
That she's trained me.
Yeah.
That's not me trying to. I'm so cool. I beat the system.
Yeah.
No, I was trained by this woman.
Sit, boo boo, sit.
Right. She was like, "What are you sorry for?" I was like, "Oh, so now when I'm saying that." And by the way, I try never to say I'm sorry. I always try to say I apologize. A powerful person once told me, "Only sorry people say they're sorry." And so I've always had an issue with it.
Oh, then Sean doesn't have a problem then. 'Cause
Right.
he never says he's sorry.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah, okay. Even when I catch him in the mistake,
Right. Right.
then he
Well-
like
No, then
diverts
you
me.
just-
He's like,
You just don't understand what the original goal was. when you
he
catch it.
like, want to go get ice cream? I hate you, yeah. Like,
Right.
okay.
So that's all. That's so I'm sorry is a crazy phrase, and just that's your response right away. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for?
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Everybody watching this, you're welcome.
Pissy attitudes.
Here are the list of phrases online that are overused and so much that they're meaningless. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize, but there'll be longer than usual wait times.
Yeah. Hurry up and wait.
Longer than usual wait times.
It's
Which
always that
means
way.
that it's the usual wait time. 'cause
Right.
They had to make that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Selena says she loves it, but at least Big Mama's being honest about being trained.
Look,
mean-
I am not the man I am now because I'm so smart and no, because I was like, oh, good boy.
So you didn't keep all your bad habits.
Right. You give me listen.
You
and
trade
I'm-
'em.
Right. And I'll take a treat. Tell me what I
Right.
gotta do to get a treat. Sit, play dead.
Roll
you want
over.
me to fetch? That's usually what it is.
Stop snoring.
Fetch.
Yeah, go get it.
Go get it. What's in it for me?
Go
Just
get
go get it
it.
and find out.
Go get it.
I'll go get it.
I need a Mexi melt.
Right. You think I'm kidding? That's the game. I'm
I don't
into
feel
it.
like putting on shoes.
Look.
You do it.
I've never look. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. So life's good. Life's grand. You know, somebody that'll look like if you can look. We aren't salaried employees. So like sometimes it's like spend anything you don't want. Hey, look, we ain't spending nothing this week. Don't spend nothing this week, right?
Right.
That's how our life. You get it. You same way
Yeah.
for you guys. And she's like, cool. You know you're doing it right. I have not seen my wife look at me like she wants to stab me in a good month.
Good.
So I think I'm doing it right.
You're doing it well.
All right, doing it right. She's probably going to text me. I'm going to stab you when you get home.
You son.
AI powered by AI. Even our new fridge is powered by AI.
Yeah, I don't even look at that anymore.
When everything is a crisis, nothing is a crisis. Crisis is the word.
Crazy.
Overused so much they're meaningless. Cleanse or detox or detoxing.
Yeah.
Slams.
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 Like Grand Slam at Denny's.
Right? I thought about to. My truth. There's already a word for that. It's called your opinion.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Right. Influencer.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Just tell us you're trying to hawk something, man. Just be like, hey, this is what I'm trying to sell, man.
Like people buy stuff
Oh.
from me. You're a salesperson.
This word right here, I'm glad it's on the list. Number 6, gaslighting. People misuse it constantly. No, they don't stop pretending that they do. So what I did, see what I did there?
Stop gaslighting me.
Right. It's one of those words that are triggered me.
They triggered. Are you triggered?
Triggered.
Are you triggered?
I'm triggered right now.
You're so triggered. Apologize to me.
Right. Oh,
Stop gaslighting me.
right. Next on the list is aesthetic. I don't know. I like that word. I think it's a way of saying something looks nice without saying it looks nice.
Aesthetic. I never
Very
used that
aesthetic.
word.
New norm. The new norm.
I hate that.
Normalize. The new normal.
I hate that.
The new norm.
Everybody started trying to say, "Oh, during COVID, this is the new norm." I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
That's
it's
your
not.
new normal.
Not me.
If you want it to be your new normal, that's cool, but it ain't gonna be mine.
They're like, I'm Betty. I'm walking the opposite way in the
Right.
grocery store. I'm not wearing anything. I'm letting people yell at me, and I'm yelling right back.
I'm watching
Like,
this.
that's how that went.
I'm watching this online news show yesterday, right? And I'm watching this guy talk about it, and he's so right. These people out there are protesting different things, and they're wearing the COVID mask like we're in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, because they don't want you to
Right.
see their face.
And,
they're
and
just using
now
an
they've become the
excuse.
new ski mask. Like it's okay to be out in a ski mask all day
Right,
long.
right.
No, not all right. I can't
Like-
wear a hoodie to the bank.
Right.
You
can't wear a hoodie at the bank.
You know, and
But I can wear a face mask.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
Ridiculous.
Mm-mm.
You listen. This is what
I
I.
ain't doing
Hey, there should be a law that I'm gonna make a law.
Make
If
it.
you feel a need to wear a face mask, you're not allowed in public.
I was horrible with the
Stay home.
plexiglass. You know what I would do? Like when they would like, I'm just a pain in the ass, and I would just like put my head around it and be like, "What? I can't hear you." This is
My
working
favorite
so good.
was my favorite of the whole COVID plexiglass era.
So
this
stupid.
This was my favorite one. I went to Waffle House on 41, and they had plexiglass hanging from the ceilings between the booths. I said, "Bitch, this is Waffle House. I come here to get immune from shit."
Right. It was basically like rolling in the dirt. You know?
Are you kidding me?
The equivalent of eating
They
a
had
mud
I saw
pie.
another place that had shower curtains. I was like, this might be the dirtiest shit you can hang
Shower
up.
curtains,
Right.
nasty. Yeah, even now when I see the stupid stickers on the floor, I laugh. I'm like, oh God, remember this crap?
I said,
Stay
no time I had to
6
stay
feet
6 foot
away.
for somebody was at Mons Venus during the 90s.
6 foot away.
Hack and life hack is on the list. And whole synergy.
Synergy.
There was a chick who ran against me during the race that I ran, and she did worse than I did. So I beat her, so it feels good.
Was her code synergy?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What we need is more synergy.
Where
And all I kept thinking is like, I've seen that word before. I've seen that word before.
Mhm.
It's like on a pump at a gas station at like Mobil.
Yeah.
And it's like synergy. That's their deal, right? Synergy.
Yeah. We're all working
and,
together.
and I was like, "Ooh, that's cool." Put Synergy gas station, and you'll know the gas station. I remember it, but that's thousands. But there it is, Synergy, and that's all I got. And Artiston was the last one on the list, but I don't necessarily agree. Exxon and Mobil, yeah, it was Mobil gas station. Synergy.
Selena
And I
says,
went-
"Oh my God, I can't, bitch. This is Waffle House."
Right. How many people
Churro.
puked on this floor last night? Kiss my ass.
There's a fight happening right now.
Right.
There's blood spraying across the room.
Right.
What are you talking about?
I'm here because I can't
Don't try to
afford
act
penicillin.
sophisticated because we eating here in the morning.
Dude,
all
my
right?
pancakes have hash browns and eggs all jumbled in it. Get out of here.
Right.
Don't even start.
Look, but that's the world. We're growing. It's great.
Yeah, we're doing better.
I want to tell you something. I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Did you know you could charge your phone with my phone? I just want answer honestly. Don't think about it now. Did you know that prior to me saying it right there?
I've seen it on TikTok, but I didn't know how to do it. But I've seen people that put their phones together and they charge another phone that's
Sean,
dying.
don't look at me. Don't look at that
Eh.
damn screen.
I've purposely tried to make sure Betty doesn't know that. So thank you.
My phone's always not charged.
Yes. So,
Is it charged?
so
It's charged today. I forgot
have you
it last
ever
night.
been out with friends, been panicked because your phone was dead? Maybe a question is, have you been in this very situation yet today? In a viral TikTok, a woman says she found out that she can share battery life. She can charge her phone by hooking it up with one of her friends' phones, and she's shocked that this is possible. But a lot of people in the comments are saying that it's obvious that you can always charge devices with other devices, like how you can charge your phone on a tablet or from a laptop. It works with watches. Of course, it's always an option. It also works with watches. Nah, come on,
Really?
bitch. Get out of
Get
here.
out.
Take my watch off. Hold on.
Man, if I could find my watch, I'll let you know. I have an Apple Watch somewhere. It
Hold
just
on.
always out of battery.
Hell no. Give me this one. 'Cause this one.
I always have no battery. on
iPhone
anything.
16.
Who is it? I charge my son's phone with mine. Oh, look in the comments. They're doing that.
Right.
Lost
So-
audio on YouTube.
Lost
Colonel
audio.
said.
No, lost audio on YouTube.
Are we back, Colonel? Oh no, he says back. Okay.
So you have to plug them in. So you have to have the wire.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh,
with
it has it. Then for that, then I'll just plug mine in. Then
Yeah.
what the hell I need to do that for?
Do you have it there?
I thought I could just be like, boom, give me your battery. Like I could be
Here.
like a energy
Let's see
sucker.
if it works. I don't. What kind of charger do you need?
Uh,
USB-C?
Yours just instantly.
No, mine doesn't
Watch.
work. Yes, mine works for that one.
Yeah.
Hers
okay.
just drain yours in a second.
No,
Watch.
mine's full today. Oh, I have to. But
I'm charging.
are you really?
Yeah.
Get off my phone. You can
I'm
take my
charging
power
right now.
Wait, does it
That's
change
crazy.
mine?
Right. Hold on. Look. Is it?
Is it gonna take mine?
Obviously, it's not going to charge both.
No. Yeah. It'll charge
Maybe
me because I'm
we're
lower.
Maybe
Yeah.
we're creating
I'm
synergy.
But the key is you've got to have at least 30% left, according to this, which we'd have to test that to be sure.
But then we
Right.
got to remember to bring the cord everywhere. So for that, I might as well
Yeah.
just
Sometimes
charge
you have a
it.
cord but no outlet.
That's true. Oh,
I dig it.
wow. Okay.
I'm still want to know. So there you go.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work with my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Why?
Because he doesn't want me to charge my phone.
No need to dig into it.
That's
No
why.
need
Why
to
is
dig
that?
into it. Thanks.
I don't understand. I just need to make sure your phones play nice and you're not agreeing to have anything transferred or synced. But the biggest hurdle is this. Unless you've been very devious, your companion needs to agree to giving you some of their charge, which might be a bigger ass than you think. Hey, man, let me
Oh.
give a-
Kelly
it's
says
a big
hers
ass.
is wireless charging. You just lay your phone on the other phone. That's the one that
You
I've
might
seen
do
on
that
TikTok.
too with the 16. I don't know.
with the iPhone.
Yeah, you know,
You
how
just
do the
lay
wireless
it.
charge, lay
Like
it
you're
on
supposed
each
to lay it
other.
on top or whatever. I don't know how to do
Flip
that. but
hers
you do.
over and lay it on top of yours.
Oh, you.
Or lay yours on top.
Android is better. Is iPhone's only? Is that iPhone's only? Okay. Is that iPhone's only? Selena's asking.
I don't know. I don't see it working.
It's probably my crappy.
And-
Whatever
and I don't know if this
case.
phone has it. This phone will talk to each other, but that's it.
Yeah, it looks like the iPhones just do the cord to cord.
Right.
Might be an Android thing.
Right?
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
something Android does the iPhone doesn't. Oh my gosh!
Android.
First time ever.
Android's always ahead. I used to be an Android user until I married an iPhone user, and then he conned me into this. But yes, I had FaceTime and all that stuff before you guys even had it. Just so you know.
You're trying to say that Android is better, but you're an iPhone carrier?
Yeah, it was. It was way better
No way.
for sure.
Slower.
No,
Much slower.
I had Metro PCS.
No ifs, ands, or
so-
buts.
I was poor back then. Leave me alone.
I used to
That
always
was the
love
only
the
thing they
I used
offered.
to always love the acronyms for Metro PCS that would come out in the world.
Yeah.
The Metro Police Controlling System. I was like, oh, you think the cops have this phone system? You think it's their phone bill?
Right.
All right, they're tracking everything there. That's pretty
Mhm.
ingenious.
They sure
Not
love
a bad
my-
idea, though.
my
Maybe-
searches.
We're gonna start. Hi, we're with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. We're now a cell phone provider. Come buy a cell phone from us.
Sign our waiver.
Right.
Don't read it.
Agree for us to right.
687 pages.
You don't even have to do it that way. You just wait and just make it one of the things you have to click on to turn
Yeah.
your phone on, and people like click, 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 click,
Like
click,
your
click,
Apple
click.
agreement. Do you
Right.
even know what you're
No,
agreeing to?
Hell no, no one ever does.
I mean, they're probably going to come probe us and we have no idea. We're like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I have an iPhone.
Right.
We'll sacrifice you to the aliens.
You're going
first.
102 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 2-year-old in the back seat.
What?
Holy cow.
You get pulled over. Give me an excuse that'll get you out of going to jail.
I stole this kid.
A 37-year-old woman in New York named Danielle De Silva was caught speeding at 102 miles an hour on Sunday morning, and she had a 2-year-old in the SUV at the time. There was also an adult male passenger in the vehicle. When the officer asked why she was driving recklessly, she explained that she was late for Thomas the Train event.
Oh, no.
She was charged with reckless driving, reckless endangerment to second degree, risk of injury to a minor, failure to stop on the right side of the road, and she was released on a $500 bond. They arrested her.
Well, they should. 100 and some miles an hour. And the kid's probably bobbing around like a toy back there. That's weird. No. You don't do that.
I'm just trying to get to Thomas the Train, bro.
By a video.
Kids too. Good try, though. Good try.
Yeah.
Tyler tried to use your kid to get out of it. Good excuse. Didn't work, though.
She should have blamed the guy and said that he was trying to kidnap them.
Right.
She's trying to get the officer's attention by speeding.
By the way, anybody that wants to be a
Sacrifice
broadcast
him.
amigo, you missed this, by the way. Broadcast amigos. These are what I'm calling anybody that comes in. Now, here's the requirement.
What?
All right. You have to be willing to eat or drink on the job.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Big Mama Radio is going to hire people right now. And you
Okay.
got to be willing to eat or drink for free on the job. It's a non-paying job. I will tell you that.
What am I
all right?
drinking?
But here's what I'm going to do. I want to get as many people as we can to join us
Mm-hmm.
for our Cinco de Mayo event at Monarcas, and you're going to be called to become a broadcast amigo. And what that means is sometime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., you'll come to the broadcast bus that'll be at Monarcas.
Yeah.
You'll check in live with Big Mama or Betty or one of us here on the bus,
Yeah.
right? You'll check in with us. Then you'll be issued a $25 gift card.
Ooh.
You will then go inside and enjoy your favorite beverage or your favorite food
Ooh.
and enjoy the atmosphere of Monarcas and the amazing place, right?
So I could legit go have like a margarita and like chips and salsa, and I'll be like
Right.
just hanging out.
Right.
And,
And then you're going to document it.
you're gonna pay for that.
I'm going to pay for it.
Dang.
Right?
Okay.
But you're going to document it by like with a picture or a video,
Mhm.
and then you're going to come back on the bus and report on your experience.
You gotta tag us though if you put it on
Right.
Facebook.
Right.
For sure.
So it's right. You're right. But you're going to come tell us about it. We're going to be broadcasting live. You're going to be a part of the broadcast. You're going to come onto the bus, go on live with Big Mama Radio.
Like sample something. Like have like
Right.
guac and chips
Right.
or whatever. And tell us
Hey,
how it was.
I went in and had guac and chips and
Ooh.
a jalapeno margarita.
I like it.
Right.
That's a
And, then,
good day.
and I'm going to say thank you very much for your amazing patronage and working for the company. You'll become an official member. We'll take a picture together, or we'll make
Yeah.
that right. And everybody, you'll be, and maybe or maybe not. I'm working on something else that could happen. That involves maybe a staff shirt.
Really?
Right. Yeah. So if you want to be
Like
a
official?
like an official broadcast amigo shirt,
I like
you know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't want to be a broadcast amigo?
Amigo.
I love
Everybody wants to.
So and Jamie is our first broadcast amigo. So
Yeah.
you can actually, if you just want to be one, you don't feel like, come back to me, microphone. You don't feel like, call it in. You can always text in at 239-653-7625. 239-653-7625 is the number.
And then when you show up, we'll give you your gift card.
Right. You'll get your shirt, go inside, say hello, enjoy. I may or may not be in there. We're going to be in and out of the place all day.
Yeah.
And we're going to be broadcast live at Monarcas from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I can't tell you, like, this is the nice thing that I think is really cool that Monarcas does, and they do it every year. And I love Monarcas. I've been going to eat there for years.
You need to call in Selena when he tells us to. Selena wants in. Jamie, she says, hell yeah.
It's
she's
the
in.
complimentary shootings, shots of shooting tastings of
Tequila.
from 3 to 7 p.m. Plus, throughout May, they are going to have Savor Delightful specials. So they kick off their May specials on May 5th. So it's always a good time. So come on out and see what it's all about. And we're going to be out there, like I said, all day long. And they've got those tequila shots going down from 3 to 7.
I'm
So if I was going to be a broadcast amigo with us,
Yeah.
right?
Are we allowed to drink on the job?
That's what it's about.
Oh,
Broadcast amigos.
this is going to be interesting.
And you're already allowed to drink on the job. So.
well, I thought I
Alright.
was sneaking it.
All right. No sneaking it. That's the point.
I was going to put it in my
want you
coffee
to-
cup.
I'll tell you, hold on, we got somebody calling in. I got to.
Somebody's in. Somebody's calling.
Give me 1 second real quick. Hold on real quick. Hold on. I'll be right there. Hold on. I got to connect it.
Make sure it's not like a bill collector or the warranty guy.
Right.
Because he's not coming to tacos.
Hi. Do you?
And we're calling you about your
Right, we're
extended
calling you
car
about
warranty.
your extended warranty.
Been trying to reach
Big
you.
Mama Radio, hello.
Christopher on that.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's-
Hello.
Who's this?
Who is this?
Who's this?
I think I'm called Grandma Grinder.
Grandma Grinder in the building. Brr, 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 brr. I gotta get that. That's what
Boom. Man, she
I'd
was
like
on
to be
it.
put on your list.
Oh, there we go.
Shocking, Grandma.
Official. She's an official broadcast amigo. As soon as I knew when I said I wanted you to drink on the job, I was guaranteed to get a couple.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, you don't have to drink because that's the thing I remember. It's 2 years ago, I didn't drink.
You don't have to drink.
and we went and they were doing these samples of the margarita, the jalapeno margarita.
Yeah.
And I was smelling
okay.
this thing and looking at it like, I just need it.
Yeah.
I just need it. I need it. And I don't know what it is, my attraction to jalapeno, but I feel like I gotta have it.
Right.
And I
It
hate
makes you
it.
feel ethnic.
And then I resent it when I have it. Like, oh, I
Right.
should have done this.
Now I have hemorrhoids.
I should have done this.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt later.
It sure is.
Give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. I'm good for one more.
Yeah, bring it.
So hot. So hot.
Are you
Do
normally
you even
this
take the seeds out of this thing? Oh my god.
sir? Are you normally this shade of red? Like this?
You know, I go to Mac Sushi and they do this thing where they put they do like sushi rice that they fry and then they put like tuna on top, like
Mhm.
spicy tuna, and then they put avocado.
Mhm.
Take the avocado out, put a piece of jalapeno on it.
He was eating sushi the other day that was just covered in jalapeno slices, and I don't
Yeah,
know how
good.
he ate like 2 trays of it. It was,
It was really good.
yeah.
It is good.
And then he washed it down with sake. So
Oh,
there you go.
God, love it. Love it. Love it. So have a jalapeno margarita, and Grandma Grinder, you are on the list. We got you, all right? So you are broadcast amigo numero dos.
Yes. Oh, look.
Oops.
This is
All
so
right.
easy to add
All
staff.
right.
It's
All right.
when you give them alcohol.
Right.
Like, we're just
What a great way to do it. I was like, that's what I said when you were still at the vet when we were doing that.
Mhm.
But when I kicked this off earlier, all right, Jamie's coming at 3, so I love it. That's what I was going to say. If
Nice.
you're going to be a broadcast amigo, come while they're giving away the free shots. That way you get the free shots already,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you got your $25 gift card to use as you wish.
So you got to call in when your gift card, and then
Right.
you're part of the staff.
Right, right,
I like this.
right. It's
I'm
a good way to
good.
do it.
Very good. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Right.
All right.
All right, we'll see you, girl. We'll see you out there about Monday. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
We
there
will
we
be.
go.
We're going to have fun.
Do you
Thank
think...
you.
All right,
Have a
thanks.
good day.
I love you, Grandma Grinder. Thanks for calling in.
I love you too, guys.
All right. You can always call in if
She's
you want
so
to be a
cute. I
broadcast
love her.
amigo. 239-653-7625 is the number. You just have to be in Southwest Florida on Monday. So I
And this is the one on Cape Coral on Del Prado.
yeah, the one in Cape Coral, not the one in
Don't show up at the
right,
mall.
Right. That won't work. We won't be there.
Nope. You're on your own
Uh,
there.
I love Victor and everybody there, and they've got one of the. So just so you know, I want you to embrace Monarchas when you go in. The furniture,
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
the doors,
Yes.
it's all handcrafted by the family that owns that place
Really?
in
I
Mexico.
did not know that.
And then they bring it over.
Did you see all the jugs that they have, like those clay jugs for the different?
All of it is
handmade.
made by their like they have a furniture company. So when you sit on a chair, that chair is made by their company in Mexico. It's the same company. It's
It's
the
like
same
you're in
guys.
Mexico.
Right, and the guy who made they've got like a new room. You'll see it. It'll be packed on. It'll be so packed on Monday. Like
Yeah.
it's funny. Like you really want me to be? They're like, oh, the parking lot. You're gonna put the bus. So I was like, well, it would take up 2 spots, and I'll Uber, so I would take up 1 spot, and the bus would take
Yeah.
up 2 spots anyway. So there's your 2 spots. We're good.
Yeah, we could just
All
park
right.
on the
Right.
place
so
next door anyway. They're gonna
so
they're
right.
gonna have to deal with it.
Right. So I said it's always crazy. Well, they built this new room. It's kind of like a private room. Like if you wanted to have like dinner with 20 friends or
Yeah.
have a little birthday party, they got like a little private room now that they built onto it. And they got a door that almost like a farmhouse door that opens and closes.
Yeah.
But the door is made by the new young son of the owner who is now came here and is going to take over the
He's learning
business.
all that. Oh, that's
And
awesome.
He ran the furniture business. Now he's going to run the restaurant business.
I like it.
And he's young. And they call him like the prodigy.
I wonder if they're gonna have the same people that play. There's this they're not mariachi, but it's a guy and a girl, and she's actually Cuban, by the way, because I talked to her, and she sings beautiful like rancheras, and like beautiful voice, and he does too, and they walk around and they play. And they're all dressed up in the whole get up with like the whole, like super nice.
As someone who books bands,
Yeah.
one of the hardest things in the world is trying to find a great Mexican style Spanish band
Yeah.
for
Mariachi and all that.
for Cinco de Mayo. They are booked
Mariachis
years
and
in
bandas.
advance.
Bandas sell
Years
out.
in advance.
If you ever wanted them to sell out like a place, you find one of those bandas that come and they do like the big parties.
Wrong phone.
They will, everybody, once they find out that they're here, that you will sell out in like a minute, but be ready to party till like 4 a.m. because that's how long these things go.
Right.
A good banda band is going to be on all night and they don't stop. They don't stop.
Right. And so it'll be a great time. Come out, hang out with us. I hope to see all, this is what I hope. When I do a 7 a to 7 p.m. on Cinco de Mayo and it's in the middle of the Cape, I want to see Darlene. I want to see
Come on
Charlie.
out. Yes.
I want to see Gibby. I want to see all the people that embraced Big Mama Radio as we grew and have done their thing. Like, I want to see them again.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have that great time and be like, hey, how you been, man? How's it going on?
Yeah.
And there's already a huge event that everyone's going to be a part of going on in the Cape. So come out, see us as a part of your kickoff to your big Cinco de Mayo.
You know who's fun to watch with a few drinks?
Who?
The sports guy. The one that we
Tony
had.
Bruno.
Oh, maybe and Tony Bohannon come on.
Right.
Breathe the baby.
Right. Tony comes, he doesn't leave, just so
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
Right.
You got to roll
Tony's
him off
the
the
uncle
seat.
that comes is like, oh, you're going to hurry. Yeah, I'm going to come. I'll be there.
Once
You've
you
got
get him in that
tequila.
chair, he doesn't go.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Right.
got to roll him off
Let's
the
talk
chair.
sports. Listen, I
You
should
can
have
only
called
talk
him.
soccer.
I should have called him about all this stuff going on. There's a lot going on. Did you know that someone prank called the projected number 1 draft and pretended to draft him, and it ended up being some NFL coach's kid?
No. He conned him.
Oh, it's a real deal. No, so the NFL coach's kid just got the number from like snooping on their dad shit.
Whoa,
And they videotaped themselves. By the way, these kids videotaped themselves and then had the balls to release it.
Kids are stupid.
Right?
Like, when we did crime, we didn't videotape ourselves.
Right.
When we were like crank calling people and stuff, nobody knew.
If you saw the Shadur, I call him Shooter. It should be Shooter. Shadur Sanders prank call and thought, I want to try that. Well, you better have $250,000. The NFL announced a massive fine over the prank. The Atlanta Falcons will have to pay $250,000, and defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich himself will have to shell out $100K. It's unclear if Jeff will be passing any of the responsibility on to his 21-year-old son, Jax, who made the call. But if I were Jeff,
21.
21.
Oh,
You
screw
bet
him.
I would. It was premeditated. Jack saw the number on his dad's phone, iPad while visiting his parents' house and wrote it down to conduct the prank later. And another strange twist, the NFL says they're aware of other prank calls, and Abdul Carter, who went number 3 overall, says he received one during the draft. For now, there's no indication that Jax was behind that one.
Wow. Stupid. And he's not even a kid. He's a grown-ass adult.
I'm suing my kid.
Yeah.
I get nailed for $100,000. Guess who's paying it?
Yeah.
You.
You're done.
But the difference is, I'm going to get you for $300,000, and you're going to wish you'd never snooped into my shit.
Right? And then I'm going to whoop you.
I'm about to get paid on this,
I'm going
kid,
to whoop you.
from your ass.
Spoil little kids.
Right, man.
Entitled. That's what happened.
That's just crazy.
Yup.
And what's even crazier is Shadur Sanders. This kid was projected to go number 1, went 4th round, all because of an interview. He ends up going to Cleveland. The rumor in the world is like the whole world this has become this huge issue inside NFL fans' lives. Now, not particularly mine, but they all want to have an opinion on this. And it would have been fun talking to Tony Bruno about that during its watching that draft go down, you know what? Here's what it did for me as a football fan.
Mm-hmm.
And it so staged. I'll tell you why it's possible. Could have been staged that the Browns were going to get him all along,
Mm-hmm.
but they agreed to take him in the 4th round, and everybody agreed to let it go to enhance the draft's
Drama.
and television appearance.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a way to boost ratings for sure. Because if you the one's already done, it's done. You don't care about nothing else.
You already know he's going to be number 1, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's like an election.
right.
So like you're watching the presidential election, and then in the meantime they're saying, and then there's this congressman that got this, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And then there's this governor that got that, and you're like, okay, whatever. But you're waiting for the president, so it's kind of like they decide who the one that everybody's watching, and then they'll
Right.
keep him towards the end. He's the grand finale.
It's so could this have been staged? Quite possible.
But did they not tell him and let him think that he's a jerk? Yeah, also possible.
Right. Was
It's
he
like-
not in on the joke?
so that
Maybe.
he could react in his own, maybe in his
Maybe.
own.
But I don't think so. I think he would be in on it. I think he's a high profile enough player that we're going to do this. This is how we're going to do it. And if you want to play this, is how we're going to do it. Play the game. We need to. We're going to use you as our first. And that's why he never looked fearful.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like the kid
They
was
shouldn't have told him
plummeting.
then.
The kid was plummeting,
Yeah.
and like he should have been fearful.
They shouldn't
But-
have told him so like that we could get at least a good reaction. Like we know what's up, but he don't know
But
what's up.
but he could have been completely ignorant to it
yeah.
because
Maybe he's just that every
because the NFL could have played that game to enhance the draft. Because like me, I now care about a couple of players that are playing in this year's rookies. I don't even know who a rookie was last year.
Yeah.
I've lost contact with the NFL because they became a little woke,
Mm-hmm.
a little
heard
too
that.
woke, and it comes to the point to where it's like, really, this is it?
Right.
You're really doing this? Are you sure?
Are we going this route?
This is done. I'm not watching them out. And then you start getting overshadowed. And let me tell you why you're getting overshadowed. Because now college players get paid.
yeah.
They get paid more than some of them are getting paid to play NFL now. Some of them are taking a pay cut by getting signed by an NFL team. No
Really?
joke.
Oh.
Shador being one of them. He's getting $2 million to play for thing. He made $6 million in Colorado.
What do they get a slice of like merch and all that stuff?
Well, he
now?
will. He'll make more
Maybe
money.
that'll
But
make the difference.
Right off the jump, he's gonna make less.
Yeah. So you better be popular so people buy your crap.
So you've got to understand what college football's become.
Mm-hmm.
College football now is full of teams that are loaded like NFL teams
Yeah.
that are all on the television now, and everybody's watching these teams because these teams with big pocketbooks have
Mhm.
massive. They can figure out a way to manipulate the system. It's a manipulation. It's not a direct salary.
Yeah.
It's more of a like a bunch of endorsements and shit that you get. Like it's maybe it is a direct salary now. Maybe they changed
don't
that.
know.
I don't know. But either way, they make a lot of money on college football, and thank God the players finally do get paid. That's how I feel about it. Right?
Yeah.
So much money in college football. Players should get paid. And so they I've lost my train of thought. So
I don't know. Follow the
it's
money.
more it's more fun it's just as fun to watch. So you leave the NFL from watching the NFL. You don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't like watching the NFL. But this has brought me back.
What would bring you back? What kind of halftime show would bring you like that you gotta
The
watch?
Super Bowl?
Yeah. Katy Perry
Who would I
on a
like?
rocket.
It's never who I think it would. Look, I love the
I bet he's gonna be her this
No,
year.
I love the whole Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and that whole thing
That
because
was good.
Because here's the deal. I'm your target demo now. Understand?
Yeah.
I'm a 52-year-old man,
Right.
right?
Right.
I am your target demo.
I want music
what-
that makes me move that I understand.
That was my music,
Yeah.
right? You want to like
Yeah. I want to relate to it.
right, I have to relate to it and it can't be some 3 Doors Down or Nickelback. That would be something that I would be like, "Are you doing Nickelback? Are you really doing Nickelback?"
Really?
But I like Nickelback.
But there's like 4 songs that are really good, and they
Right.
just play those 4
Well,
songs.
Right, you'd be good to go.
Yeah.
In and
Play
out.
me some Rockstar.
Never been a black man.
Yeah. No, that
Couldn't
one
make
misses out.
that poor man stealing.
Yeah. There we go. Maybe we could bring back. Oh, maybe they should do like a whole alternate
This
series.
is how you remind me
Oh,
of what I really am.
Oh my
Oh God.
I'm ready. I always say that. That's how you gotta make it seem like you gotta crap.
Maybe they could just bring Alanis back.
All right.
They bring all those people from the era. Bring me back some. What was the bald head chick?
You know, for me, you want to give me a good one? Give me Belle Biv DeVoe, Boys to Men.
Aerosmith was good when they did the
And-
Aerosmith with the Run DMC. That was a
Right.
great time.
Give me Belle Biv DeVoe. Give me Eminem. Or not Eminem. Belle Biv DeVoe, Boys to Men. Maybe not Boys to Men, but definitely Belle Biv DeVoe. Maybe New Edition.
New Edition.
Right.
They're like recycled now. They're like old.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? I don't think so.
What?
No.
Belle Biv DeVoe's old too.
No.
Give me
That's
Belle Biv DeVoe, Naughty by Nature.
naughty bad. Oh. House
And-
of Pain. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was like
Or-
back in the day. Like
Too
every
bad
like.
you can't get
was a big
Outcast
thing.
anymore. They're done. So
Oh, they're gone.
well, no, they just don't work together no more.
Oh.
The two of them they're solo artists.
What if they bring back New Kids on the Block?
No,
Step by
you go on a
step.
cruise with them if you want. They're
Oh
already back.
baby.
Nobody wants to watch it on halftime. Now, you want to bring New Kids on the Block, the Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC
Yeah.
all to a halftime show?
Yeah. And they sing each other's songs.
And they all three perform in one halftime show and call it the biggest boy band halftime ever.
And then they roll out
Yeah.
Britney. They roll out
Yeah.
Britney with the knives. That would be good. And then Christina in the back with her face.
The boy bands would blow up, but the reason the boy band tours have that's a great picture.
That's
The reason the
horrible.
boy bands haven't kicked off is because they can't work together.
No, they suck.
They
They're
hate
like
each
the
other.
worst.
Right.
Yeah, they're like the worst. They
Get
can't
on
get
tour
along.
together. Make some money before you're all dead.
Right, they all should. Fill in the gaps.
I could go for a good rock one too, by the way.
Yes.
And they really don't do that. They go
No.
mainstream all the time. You know, you give me a good rock one like
Mhm.
Van Halen.
They gave us the Rolling Stones one year. They gave us Aerosmith one time mixed with Run DMC.
But that was great.
yeah.
I have a dream, and I think
I've seen 'em both in
I think I
concert.
want to get a
They're
hold
good
of
for
Joe.
old guys.
I have a dream.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this dream out loud so that it never can be stolen from me, and it's now broadcasted on here.
Okay.
It's called the Never Ending Concert.
What are you talking about? I have to be in bed by 10.
All right. So the concert starts this has to be like a day festival, right? But it's called the Never Ending Concert.
With air conditioning. I don't want to be hot.
All right. And it starts at like noon, right?
Okay.
And it starts with this is going to be hard for me just to pull off.
Are you trying to describe a Fort Rock?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, listen to how this goes.
Okay.
So let's say let's say for example the first artist was Jelly Roll.
Okay.
All right. And
That means you got to have a lot bigger artist than him after
Right.
that.
Right,
If you
I
started
know
with
that.
Jelly Roll.
I'm just using this.
Okay.
I'm
Right,
just
you,
using
you
this.
spent yourself already.
Right.
You blew your load on that
So
one.
Jelly Roll,
Okay.
Jelly Roll's last song is his duet with Post Malone.
Okay.
Post Malone then stays on stage, and Jelly Roll leaves, and Post Malone does his show
Okay.
until he gets to his duet with Blake Shelton. And then
Oh, I see what
Post
you're doing.
Malone leaves, and Blake Shelton stays on stage.
You're braiding this in.
Right. It's a braided concert that never ends.
And then you got like Melanza or whatever, and then it goes all the way around.
Right.
You'd have to have amazing stage hands to be able to swap equipment.
Absolutely.
It'd
It
have
would,
to be on
and it would have
top
to
of
be
Or multiple stages.
And it would have to be more of a track act thing. Like you could have bands, but I watched the local guys and that work at like right here. You know,
Yeah.
Brent is the man. Like they build these drum sets on wheels and carts and
Yeah.
boom, boom, and they roll them out. It's amazing what they do.
Yeah.
So on a much bigger scale, yeah, you would have to have a way to move the whole band and switch
You'd have
them
to do
on.
2 stages.
That couldn't be two. They could be 2 stages.
And they go
And
together.
then you
I
just
see
walk
the-
over to the other stage and do your show. That's
Or you just do the duet because all you have is
and
the
then
see
you walk
that.
to the other stage.
Right.
They have to be almost connected, like side by side stages. Great idea.
It's interesting because like now that you
This
say
is
that,
massive.
that makes sense because like I went to a concert. Okay, I went like back in the day when I was in Miami. I went to a concert that was Rolling Stones was like the headliner, right? And then they had all these bands, but it was so disconnected. It was like Smashing Pumpkins, Third Eye Blind, and Marilyn Manson. nothing to do with anybody. And then you're just like, it's like you know what I mean?
Right.
Like this makes sense. Like I like the
Right.
transition of it.
Right. And then
It was
you're
cool.
into it. Like
Yeah.
and then you have to decide which artist you're going to go to the bathroom to because there's
Right.
no breaks.
No peeing. Or you gotta take a bucket.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no breaks, baby.
Yeah.
We call it. Listen, you want to be part of the and this is something I would love to put now. You would have to have somebody with
I would go
10
during
million
the
in the
song I
bank.
don't like.
every artist is going to cost you a ton of money. You're going to have to sell tickets for $300.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be one of those shows that you go to. You're like, yes, I'm never going to miss this because everyone's going to be there.
Right.
But I wish I could find the backer for this because this is a massive idea and would make big money.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd have to back it, and it's gonna take a couple million to back that.
Dang.
Probably more than a couple.
So what if you have an artist that does like multiple people? Like for example, like you have Shakira, she does a song.
Oh, here's
with, she's up there with Beyonce. She rolls back down for J-Lo. Then she goes back up for Carlos Ponce. I don't know. Justin Bieber and Justin Bieber with
you would want to have her do
Despacito.
her songs that are solo too. So like, and then but that's the cool thing because then they would do duets. You'd be like, oh, are they going to show up? Are they going to show up?
Yeah.
Right. And this could be something where you're like, oh, I'm so excited. Then you would start hearing duets with people and get pumped up about the duets. I wish I could get the labels behind it.
Yeah.
The good news is there's a lot less labels now to do it with than there used to be back in the day. They've all consolidated into
I'm
one
sure
label.
Puff Daddy's willing to negotiate
Right.
contracts right now
Yeah.
with anybody you want.
Pass.
We just Zoom call him in.
Which is no. What's I was gonna say hieroglyphics. Wait a minute, that's aliens. What is the thing where they project you on stage like Michael Jackson?
Hologram.
Hologram it. Just have a whole hologram concert, and then you don't have to pay anybody.
Right.
Like
I like that idea.
yeah, do that, and we won't know the difference.
All right. Let's let me give you the last portion that I know I'm about to throw down. Here we go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a good wrap up here. Today's Thursday. Let me give you some self-help tips on this Thursday. Matter of fact, if you want, I can play you this amazing self-help tip clip just so you feel like you actually need to hear it. Here we go.
Is it gonna change my life?
A positive mental attitude can clear away all obstacles which stand between you and your major purpose in life.
Actions, not mere words, determine the validity of a man's living philosophy.
But the other lesson of life that is rarely mastered is the art of fulfillment.
Welcome to Self-Help Tip Thursday. All right, here we go. This is actually tips from Tony Robbins. Are you
I
ready
love
to-
Tony Robbins.
These are tips from Tony Robbins. Trade expectations for appreciation. Gratitude instantly transforms your mindset.
100%.
Trade expectations for appreciation. Raise your standards. Decide what you're no longer willing to tolerate and act accordingly.
That one's hard, but yes, you should.
Success leaves clues. Find someone who's achieved what you want, model their behavior, and accelerate your results. My life story. Progress equals happiness.
Progress equals no, happiness is happiness, and then everything else is a filler.
Constant growth, not perfection, is the key to fulfillment.
You can choose to be happy now. Just so you know.
The past does not equal the future. What matters is what you decide now.
Correct. The present.
Decide and commit. Clarity plus massive action equals results. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I like that.
Your story is either your prison or your power. Drop limiting narratives and hold you back.
100%. What you tell yourself is, you know that there's actually a study on this, and this like your physical body. So there's this guy, and he's like some sort of scientist or whatever. And so he has people like stand up and like put their arm out, and then you don't let him like push your arm down. And when you're thinking like a positive thought, like you feel good, like you have more strength in your body. The minute that you start saying like eliminate, like he starts like kind of like breaking them down a little bit without them really realizing certain things.
Right.
Then their arms just like all of a sudden they can't really battle him like when they try it again to do it because it literally physically makes you weaker. So if it does that to your body, what does it do to your mind and your spirit and your
Dropping
everything?
drop limiting narratives that hold you back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've had a hard time doing? And I may have mentioned this before, but I'm going to go this is me being open as open
Tell
and
us. Let's
honest.
do therapy now.
This is therapy.
Tell
this
me.
This is me saying it out loud.
Let it out.
Since I've left terrestrial radio,
Mhm.
I've had this issue with putting my life on social media.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't want to do it. It's because I don't think people want to watch it.
Why?
And I've become this recluse who doesn't want to come
Well,
out.
I've been meaning to talk to you about it. I mean, if you
hold
can
on,
get a little
hold
more
on,
excited.
Dick. I'm in the middle of something.
Let him grow.
God damn.
Jeez.
Like, always wanting to say something. Like you finally you're in here. You put down your phone and jump in with some bullshit. Like, come on, man. You've been gone the whole show. Now you want to jump in? Just to rip on me? All right.
He's getting sensitive and you're poking at his scars.
Right. I don't want to talk anymore. Forget it.
He
He shut me down. No, I'm serious. This is something that's really bothered me. And I
Yeah.
know that a lot of people are joking and laughing and saying, whatever, you put all kinds of stuff. I have a heart. I want to build a whole online presence.
Yeah.
Like, not to show off myself, is
No,
that
but-
I have things that I want to present and how I want. And to be real honest, my goal in life is to pass on what I'm teaching now to others. And I don't care if it pays me or not, but I feel like knowledge will if I give people knowledge, it returns in one way or another. And I could give you 100 examples of the way that's worked for me. I believe in throwing that out there, but that's been an issue for me.
This is interesting to me.
And I think it's because of things that people have said to me, especially on my way out
Yeah.
of radio. And there was somebody, God, I'm not going to sell his name out, but it's somebody I look up to in this business.
What does it rhyme with? No, just
And
kidding.
and I really look up to this person. And I called him after I got let go or quit or whatever they want to say at the station. And when I called him, he said to me, he goes, "Well, they put up with a lot over the years with you." Because he knew of the situation. I was like, you think they put up with a lot over the years? I said, I had one write-up in my file. He goes, yeah, but there are many things that you took a stance on that caused conflict and ripples within the world and things like that. And there were issues that they remember. I was like, oh. And so I said, okay. But that's a part of it. Like, I should have conformed to corporate world, not at the sacred of my values, which is one of the reasons I
Like
don't
be a
want.
sellout and then they would like you better?
Right.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not into that. Like, but if you wanted to be a corporate kiss ass, that's you better get your ass sold out. All right.
Sure.
And so it really hurt my feelings when he said that, and I was all like, well, maybe I'm too vocal, maybe I'm too loud, maybe I should slow down. I rarely see things. I always say, I'm going to take it home and keep it forever.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that's really hit home because dropping that limited narrative that hold me back, I think it holds me back. I think my story has been my prison, and I think I'm going to make it my power. And I think I'm going to use it 100%.
And how does that make you feel?
And I think my story has been my prison. I think it has been for years. I've always said I want to tell my story, but I'm fearful of the ones that will hear parts of my story and be shocked by it and be so shocked that they don't like me anymore.
But here's the thing, though. You're limiting yourself, number one, in something that you like to do because you like to bond with people and you like to have community.
I like conversation.
You like having all that stuff, right?
I like conversation.
see it. I totally see that. And so you restrict yourself from that. So you're basically giving them power to tell you, like, what you're gonna do is too much.
It may
You're
be
too
limiting
much.
the power of the station.
This is really very simple. I'll just give you a list of 10 things to go and do every week, and you record it and put it on Facebook. Problem solved.
There we go. We're gonna give
Everything
you a
will
challenge.
be more exciting.
We'll give you a challenge. But I think that you should. You should go.
I'm
and
in.
start
Give me
putting
whatever you
yourself
want to
out
show.
there.
I'm down to see what you're going to give me. So I'm in.
And if anything, you'll have something to talk about the stupid crap that he wants to do.
I mean, you may only
did
talk
you hear
about the slingshot one time.
So if they came to me right now,
Yeah.
and let's say iHeartRadio called me. They're like, we're going to put you on 150 radio stations. Build your show, build your brand, build everything. Let us know when you're ready.
Yeah.
You got to have people like Sean.
Yeah.
And you need people that are going to come in
and do stuff.
Well, here's what I've said. A great show has a manager, somebody who goes in before I ever even show up and actually says, hey, this is what we're doing. This
Let
is
me
how it's
make
gonna
you
go
feel
down.
uncomfortable
This
today."
is the way everything is going to run. I hope you understand. This is the way he is. When he gets here, he's going to want some ice cold water because he's going to want to get right on the microphone and start talking, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And you get to that level, if you're massive, you have that guy. That guy could also be an engineer. He has to be, because you also want that person who controls everything that's going on
and not
around.
afraid to ask for shit.
Right, and not afraid to tell somebody what to do.
Yeah.
That's Sean. Sean's perfect for it. You would obviously be in the mix. So this is something.
I just show up with coffee,
that-
apparently.
And the power is, you should have showed up with donuts. You were late. But we won't talk. We'll talk about that later.
I want to talk about everything that's holding me back.
Right. Big Mama, Big Mama, Big Mama, Big Mama.
All of it.
But it was great to see that. I think it's something I really want to do. I've been under the weather for the past week, but that's always an excuse, and I'm quick to give you an excuse. This
Yeah.
week I have one. The excuse is solid. I can barely stay awake. I'm going to go home from the show right now. Good chance I'm going to
Just
sleep.
turn your video on and we watch you sleep.
I got to finish my podcast. I got my edits.
I'm
So
going to start talking crap about you.
and hopefully go to the bank. Deputies in Florida are looking for a woman who stole an adult tricycle from a residence. She's been seen on a doorbell camera wearing a tiger print onesie. If
Oh,
you see
my
her,
God.
get out there and grab her.
Is that our neighbor?
Parents don't enjoy reading books to their kids as much anymore. Only 40% of parents with children 0 to 13 agreed that reading books to my child is fun for me. Sarah's a genius. Look, I know I do this all the time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it again. Finn is got AR and is constantly cranking out to get like perfect AR. Like the kid reads, he wants to read. He doesn't want someone to read to him. He wants to read the books. He's a reader. Izzy's jaw dropped to the ground when she saw his math homework that he's doing in first grade at St. Michael's. She's like, we didn't do that till fourth grade. I was like, yeah, it's accelerated. I hope you're like,
Yeah.
That's the thing. My son's accelerated on this program just by going there without being any accelerated programs. They're doing fourth grade math in first grade.
Wow.
And she was dying on that. She was like, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, that's what they do now. And he reads every day. And he's been reading this Scooby-Doo series, right? Which is crazy to me that they put Scooby-Doo in the AR books because half of the Scooby-Doo words are made up.
Right.
Zoinks!
Right.
Like you know, so I was like, really? That's crazy. But I can't. He's reading in the back on the way. So on Monday, I drive to school. I drive. She sits in the passenger seat. He reads in the back seat on the way to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be there reading, and he'll have trouble with the word, and she'll know the word because she's been keeping up with the story.
Aww.
She can comprehend everything that he is broken reading. And his reading is much smoother, but she's just so good at that. So reading is not a thing for us, man. Finn loves to read. The kid is into it. We are blessed with that, and Mom is good at following up with it. So the two of them are perfect for that. Flight attendants say they shouldn't use airplane blankets. One worker said if they aren't in a sealed bag, they aren't sanitary. I would never anyway. That sounds disgusting. An 18-year-old hauling millions of dimes overturned on the highway in Texas, scattering dimes everywhere. Officials had to collect them all using their bare hands, vacuums, and rakes.
Wait, he threw the dime?
An 18-wheeler hauling millions of dimes overturned on a highway.
If we found them, we get to keep them?
Would you go get them?
Yeah, why not?
So many.
All I need is 10 is $1.
Right. How much are you gonna have to get to matter? Like that's the thing it'd be for me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Dimes are magnetic.
But
right?
a Michigan State police trooper found $5,000 and lost cash on the road.
Why doesn't that ever happen to me?
Tried to return it to owner, but it was hard because the person kept ignoring them, thinking it was a scam.
Really?
Hi, this is Michigan State Police. We have 5,000. Stop calling me, bro.
The colonel says dime bags would be cooler.
Colonel, I hope I get to hang out with you one day.
I know.
Today on the show, you talked about dime bags and magnums.
Yeah.
We got to fly him in for.
And he's dope.
You got to fly him in for tacos and tequila.
I know. I want to have tacos with the Colonel.
All right. Here's let me give you just a couple of things to look forward to in May. In sports, NBA and NHL playoffs continue. The Kentucky Derby is Saturday, and the Preakness is on May 17th. The PGA Championship starts May 15th, and the Indy 500 is on May 25th. In movies, Thunderbolts hits theaters tomorrow. So does Alec Baldwin's Western Rust, more than 3 years after the tragic on-set shooting. Also, Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd opens this month, and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning leads in May 23rd, along with a new live-action Lilo and Stitch.
That's not that live-action Lilo and Stitch actually may be the redeemable thing for Disney, because it was actually really cute when I saw the preview when I took my son to go see the whatever the Minecraft movie. Yes, the Snow White one. Apparently, everybody's losing their mind over how horrible it is. Apparently.
I don't think it can compare with the new Joker.
Oh, yeah, we just saw the new the newest Joker last night.
Horrible.
Blah.
I've been putting it off because I knew it was going to be bad, but it was like one of those ones I had to go see.
The last one was bad.
Blah.
Both of the last.
Both of them are
this
bad.
last one was the worst.
Who's playing the Joker
Way
the last two
worse.
times?
Same guy.
Is that Jared Leto?
No,
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
What's his name?
Stop letting him do it.
Joaquin Phoenix. What is his name?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Stop
it is
letting him
not-
do it.
The guy that has the.
Well, they killed him this time,
the
so
cleft lip.
hopefully he's
Oh, thanks for that. Spoiler alert.
hopefully he's being replaced.
Yeah, kill him off already. Get
If
rid
it's
of him.
that bad, I don't want anybody to have to see it. I'll spoil it for you so you don't have to go see it.
And
It's
Lady
that
Gaga
bad.
makes me want to vomit because her pretending not to sing is so bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
It was awful. I'm like, not just because you're not famous doesn't mean you can't sing. Like, there's people that are not famous and sing all the time. And she's like, I mean, the birds. I'm like, oh my
Yeah, it's
God,
so
it's
bad.
awful. Stop. Like, why are you gonna make that so stupid?
There was 3-4 times I had to pause it because I thought I was gonna vomit.
Yeah,
It was-
she's like,
it was not
how
good.
do
It was
normal?
bad.
This was her. How
Oh,
do
it's
how
on-
do
it's on
normal
the
people
internet, or you
sing?
bootleg it?
How do
No, it's
normal
on
people
HBO
sing?
now.
Oh, normal people that are not famous, they sing really bad. So I'm gonna sing super bad. That's how like it sounded. It was just.
They're
awful.
trying to trick anybody they can into watching it. It's
There's too many superhero movies. If it's not about Iron Man, I'm not watching it. I picked a favorite. That's who I'm waiting
Oh,
for.
there was no superhero here. Trust me.
All right.
There was like none.
All right, where's Batman when Joker's being a D-bag?
I know. That's the other thing. I was like, where's that dude? They're in
Right.
Gotham. I know they said Gotham. So
Right, but there's no Batman ever?
where's Never.
You never see Batman ever?
Never.
It's just a Joker acting a fool?
Yeah.
And Batman doesn't show up and take care of it?
Nope.
Why not?
even Robin. He doesn't even send the guy in the tights. Nothing.
Oh, my God. What are you gonna
Zero.
do here? You know, it's a mess around here.
I can't live under these conditions. I
cannot
can't
live
work
under
under
these
these conditions. This is
I want to thank
awful.
everybody for tuning in with us. Don't worry, I'm about to slam it up on the internet and letting everybody who wants to be a broadcast amigo with us on Monday can be out Monarchas. It's going to be an amazing broadcast. We look forward to seeing a lot of people out there.
Are we giving away more stuff tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. So tune in tomorrow for that as well for a Finally Flipping Friday. Plus, I'm putting it on the internet. A lot of things I'm going to get done today. I figure I'm going to go to the lab and stay in the lab all day until I got to go do bingo tonight.
Like a mad scientist.
Right? That's what I do, bro. I've got to redesign it because now I have 3 workstations, and it's really thrown me off. And I used to only have 2 workstations, but now I have 3, so I have to redesign the whole lab. So
Yeah.
it's something I'm not going to do today because then I don't get any work done. That's just me a way of putting off work. I'll redesign it. I gotta stop. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission.
wah.
I'm glad I read the Tony Robbins stuff today. I think it worked.
I like it.
Anything before we go today?
No, come back tomorrow. We're gonna have more chaos tomorrow.
All right. Sean, anything?
Nope. I'm
We're,
good.
we're wrapping the show up if you want to know what we were doing.
Yeah.
I was
Alright,
curious. I was taking a little nap
All
there
right.
for some
All
reason.
right.
Was I boring you? This feels like our relationship when I'm talking to you about something serious, and you're just like,
What?
nuh-uh.
Huh?
Eh? You never said that.
What?
Yes, I did.
Huh?
Oh, God.
You never did.
I'm
That's the thing. Just for the record, you never did.
I always do.
And I'm going to take Sean's side on this. You probably never said it.
No.
You probably said it in your mind, but
Mhm.
never said it out loud.
Yeah.
Or whispered into my deaf ear while I
Right.
was asleep.
Well, it's not my fault that you're defective.
Yeah.
Learn to read lips, sir.
Buy me a ring. All right.
It looks
you guys.
like he's sleeping.
All right.
Poke him with a stick.
Oh, we're going on a cruise? That's cool.
Don't forget my broadcasting shirt on Monday, Jamie
Right.
says.
I don't know who you are.
We don't know you.
All right. I'm working on that.
New
God,
phone,
put the
new
pressure on.
phone.
All right, there we go. We'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Get out and do something fun. And remember, when that repo man comes for the car, don't forget to
Save the radio!
Let me see.
You're listening to the Joshua Tree Stream.
Let's go.
On Florida's favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio. Broadcasting live inside the W.B. Williamson Brothers Studios.
Hi, everybody. This is Karol G.
I'm Lil Baby.
Hey, this is Beyonce.
Your favorite radio station, Big Mama Radio.